is stupid. Figured I'd chew into the microphone a little bit.
Oh, yeah, we're live, aren't we? Shit. My memory is like going to hell. Like I just pressed the go live button. I forgot we were live. Is that bad?
Marijuana.
I don't even do drugs.
Marijuana's not a drug, dickhead.
That explains that. I gotta get the chat fixed up here real quick.
No chat. None.
I disagree. Sorry. Cliff Bars, you can fucking sponsor us any day. I'm made with honey, man. Honey! Oh, shit, there's people here. What's up, everybody? Pop out chat. Hang with me a minute. Hey, I got to make a prediction though, real quick. Armand's gonna shit on every one of our things on our top fives today. Blueberry what?
Cliff bars.
Oh, Cliff Bars. Yeah, I'm having one. How do they know that? Who's Bob? Bob was on the fucking drive-by yesterday. I haven't talked to you about that.
Oh yeah, Bob.
I did talk to you about it. Did you guys listen? What'd you think of Bob? Bob's a crazy bastard. Nobody talked about Bob. Nate, give it 2 years, and we will come back and check on you. And we will encourage you to continue. Or we will say stop. And then
Ted
seriously,
from Chicago says
you must
Armand
stop.
makes me dismiss Mandela effect in 20 minutes.
Thanks, man. We love the drive-by, too.
That's exactly the one I just had.
I just had, what was it?
The banana peanut butter is fire.
White chocolate chip macadamia nut. So good. Cliff, if you're listening. Cliff.
Bar?
No, just Cliff. Creator of the Cliff Bar. I got to go get Armand. But again, he's going to shit on everything today. Be prepared. Pardon me, sir.
What are you doing? It's going to be a good one today. Methinks. Of course, I don't really know. Yeah, he's finishing up his docking procedure. That's why I had to go get him. Hopefully it gets done early. I don't know, Tanner.
Too fat for that, dude.
What am I welding at work? I'm not welding anything at work. I'm welding at night.
He's the night welder.
I don't have any glasses. Not yet. I did just get vision insurance, though. First time watching us live. Well, right on, Matt. Right on.
I've yet to watch us live.
I heard the camera adds 10 pounds to me,
Fuck,
so
40.
That's where I'm at with it.
That's good. Let me get this out of the screen.
For what, dude?
And it is the choice of a new generation.
Pepsi? Or Nupri?
You dig Pepsi or Coke more? I'm a Pepsi guy if I have to choose one or the other.
It always depends. Coke can be pretty good, too. It's just got to be very cold, like
Cold
ice
Coke,
cold, you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. I don't mind
Ice
Coke. I
cold
like Coke.
out of a can's really good.
I like Coke. Don't get me wrong, but I prefer Pepsi.
Pepsi's really good. Pepsi's probably better flat than Coke is.
I'll take that Pepsi challenge any old day of the week.
Yeah. With the Amsterdam shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Are we in Inglewood? No, there's no way.
No, we're in my home. That's such a good movie. April can't watch that anymore. I burnt her out on it. It was hard to catch this live back when it was on Saturdays. Remember Saturdays? Before you started working here? And we
What's a Saturday?
We used to do the show on Saturdays. We used to do the show on Sundays, to be fair.
We did it on Saturdays before Sundays, dickhead.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Saturdays first? Tuesday starts selling Pepsi in a dime bag. Man, give me a dub of that Pepsi, man.
I'm welding the grill for Ocho.
I'm still quite sore at anybody who's not Team Ocho, man.
It's an Armenian grill. So think like sword swallowers.
Think motherfuckers on horses with swords is what I always think. Those Arabian sons of bitches. Gotta love them. I know a couple of these mad Armenians. Where is Armand? I told him we were on the air.
Ocho on nukes is hilarious.
Oh, man, remember RoboCop 2? If he was on that kind of nuke?
Wasn't that pink?
There's all kinds of colors. I think it had yellow nuke, orange
No, I
nuke,
think
pink
it was
nuke,
pink.
red
It was
nuke.
all pink.
Oh, man, I think they had different
They
colors
had
of nuke.
canisters of it and cylinders. And
Yeah,
shit.
and they gave fucking,
Was
for
there a
whatever
vat?
reason,
Am
they gave...
Am I dreaming up the vat? Was there a vat of that somewhere?
There may have been. There was a fucking warehouse. Remember the little kid with the machine gun escaped out of?
Yeah, he's like 12.
Yeah.
He got killed.
What else was he on? He was on an episode of Star Trek Next Gen.
Where is it made? Oh, in my buddy's garage, a.k.a. shop.
Nuke? Where's
No.
Nuke made? It's made in a lab, like a shitty fucking warehouse lab. but
No, the grill for Ocho Man.
Nobody cares about that. They care about Nuke. There he is.
I got a bunch of,
Seen him out the door.
I've taken pictures along every step of the process.
Nobody wants to see those pictures.
Got a lot of that. I might post up later. Well, fucking good call, dude.
Nah, I've seen better calls.
Nope. That's about the Team Eric's about the best.
I've seen
call
better
ever.
calls that were sure losers than that.
Hi.
Where is it made, Kane?
Oh, goddamn. Good call, Math.
How's my RoboCop? That wasn't too bad, was it? Where is it made? I can't do it.
I thought he was talking about the grill.
I say nobody gives a shit about that fucking grill. Oh man, I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you a little bit about this grill.
Yeah, he's like,
We used a number 16
here we are
stainless.
using movie references all the fucking time. Guy hits us with one. I don't even catch it.
Where the fuck is Armand at? Crazy bastard.
That's true too.
I don't do a Seth though.
No, that's just natural. This is when he's got the bent copper. Oh yeah, that's right. Where is it made?
Oh, Duffy, that's right. He was that fucking cop on the take. He throws him into the bad dudes machine
yeah.
in the arcade.
That's why they call the game Bad Dudes. You know.
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb.
On a rim.
All three RoboCops were good.
That's just that is a limb you're going out on there because
The third one had the
was,
ninja.
It was trash.
Come on, it had CCH Pounder. It had that ninja fucking android robot thing.
What are we talking about?
The RoboCop. Wow.
Yeah, good trilogy.
guy.
That's twice in a row I fucking slipped on that.
Yeah.
The RoboCop trilogy.
Doc.
Robo-docking, yeah.
Yeah.
Prepare for docking procedure.
Yeah, I have never seen.
I'm only half human, half
Robo
dog.
3 was not garbage. You shut up.
I guess,
Grave.
are you talking now? Is this the original, like from the 80s?
Right.
Okay.
Peter
They-
Weller.
Did they redo it?
They made one in 2014,
That's
I
what I
believe.
thought.
We don't recognize that.
Okay,
from
I
Armand.
was
It was
afraid that-
okay. It wasn't
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
It wasn't
We're
great.
not going to recognize.
I don't think I saw 2 and 3. I saw the first one.
Oh, man.
I like the first
2
one.
was great. It was maybe even better than the first one.
Oh,
First one was great too, but
Oh, really?
and the third one was awesome too. I don't know why Eric's shitting on it. He had the fucking flying backpack.
I know what he had. Robo 2 was good, D. Mazur. Mooser. It did stand up to the first 3. 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't as good as the first 2 probably, but it's like saying, you know, it's still not worthy. It's totally worthy. It was a great movie.
I mean,
I'll hear no more of it.
Maybe.
Here. Give it another minute or two and we'll start the show.
Come
on, you ready for today?
I don't know.
Should we give him a...
No,
I thought we
God,
were just
no.
going to shoot from
You
the
want
hip.
one?
No, God, no.
You don't need one.
I don't think so.
I got mine all color-coded with all my notes.
Oh, God.
Here's my notes for today.
I thought this was
Doesn't hurt being prepared.
I guess not.
Get away from my notes.
I thought these were just, we were just going to
We are. But
Okay.
you never know whenever you might need to research something
impromptu,
or reference something.
extemporaneous.
Backpack was good. Good
Well, maybe
evening,
that's what we
ladies and
expected from
gentlemen.
you.
Well, that's what you always get from me.
Say we couldn't expect more from you, so that's what we just told you.
What was the tune to Val Venus's theme music?
Oh man, it was almost the fucking Jerry Rafferty Baker Street.
It was-
that
it wa-
burp. But it wasn't.
Hello, ladies. And then.
Oh man, should find that. I can't play it live when we're on the air. They hit.
They'll hit
anytime
every
you put a
wrestling.
little bit of a wrestling theme on there, you're like, dirt. Oh shit! I
Bastards.
just got his copyright strike by making almost the guitar sound with my mouth. WWF
It's from
all over.
RoboCop?
No, I was doing the Hogan theme.
Oh.
Hulk Hogan. Stay with it, Armand.
I thought we were still talking about.
We switched
Armand,
over to wrestling.
What's
quick.
your problem today, Armand?
Hey, listen, Big Ten wrestling coming up. Not this weekend. The
Big
next
Ten?
weekend.
Yeah,
Big Tens.
Big Ten typhoon,
Real wrestling.
earthquake,
Big Ten
the
10.
natural disasters.
Canine wrestling.
Mensch.
What'd you say?
The Mensch.
The Miz?
What are you calling him, Mitch?
Big Tens, Big
We
12s.
don't recognize new wrestlers as regular wrestlers, Armand, because they're not worth a damn.
Well, that's your opinion.
One of the last few new wrestlers that was worth a damn was like Kurt Angle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, and he was an Olympic champ.
Well, that's true. He did move with a broken neck in '96, but whatever.
Yeah, he was. That was.
Brock
Pretty
Lesnar
tough.
tried to do a fucking shooting star press or whatever.
Nearly
Broke his neck.
Nearly didn't. Nearly.
It was impressive either way.
Brock Lesnar was a national champ too.
Would you
That's
think
one
you
dude I
could
would
fuck
never
him
want to
up?
fight.
Hang on. Do you think you could fuck him up?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Do you
I
think
think
with
I
a ball bat you'd have a chance?
I think I could throw a harder punch than he can, but it'd be really hard to hurt the guy.
He broke Keith fucking, what's that guy's name?
Heath Herring.
Heath Herring's eye
Keith Herring,
socket,
yeah.
dude. Just
one punch.
In one punch, dude.
I saw that
Demolished him.
his first fight was it with
Smash.
Frank Mir or
Mir.
whatever.
Yeah.
He
He was super
punching like
excited.
a
It was his
girl.
first match.
I'm
First
just
match.
saying that
You
the
should
guy didn't know
watch
how to
it.
throw a punch.
Watch the
All
rematch when he beats the shit out of him for 15 minutes.
Oh, he dog
and he
walked
beats
Frank.
the shit out of
He
him.
fucking beat his head in, dude. It was good.
Good lord.
Well,
was
I
it?
mean, it just goes to prove my theory that it takes years to be a good wrestler, but you can learn how to punch pretty quickly, which I guess he did. Because that first fight, he looked hopeless as a striker. I mean, I know the guy's a good wrestler. I think Kurt Angle could take him.
You're
think-
fucking high.
Well, okay, say right around
Kurt
like
Angle-
Angler
I think
used
he
to be a
could.
badass.
say like
Well, that's what I'm saying, in their
2002,
prime.
2003.
Right
in
now,
their primes,
not a chance.
Kurt Angle.
Oh, in their prime?
Kurt Angle's an old man. I
How,
mean,
what he wrestle at collegiate?
Clarion University,
No,
Pennsylvania.
what weight?
Heavyweight.
He was heavyweight as well?
National champ twice.
Big fucker.
Yeah. He's not that tall. He's like 5'11". I stood next to him. He's
You
not
remember
that,
his music?
but he's big.
And everybody would go, "You suck." Remember that, Eric?
No, I don't remember that.
Kurt Angle, you
Now watch
suck.
this. Watch this, Armand. Watch this. This right here. Second fight. He gets him one time. Bow.
Broke his orbital socket.
Smashed
Even
it,
that
man.
didn't look like that great a punch.
That
but it,
fucking
it
destroyed
landed,
that guy's
It landed
head.
clean.
That
yeah.
guy's huge.
And he beats on him for 15 more minutes.
Well, I'm not saying but I think Kurt Angle could be, like I said, in their primes, definitely wrestling. Kurt Angle's a better wrestler.
Right. MMA.
He's a
that's
gold
different story.
medalist.
He was more tactical, you think? More like
In
just-
MMA?
yeah, technical.
I don't know
No,
if
I mean
Angle
Kurt
did.
Angle.
There's no
technical, more
strikes in
technical of a
wrestling, so-
wrestler.
He's a better wrestler all around. Yeah, I don't think he's stronger, but I think he's a better. Yeah, he was a gold medalist.
How big is
Lesnar
Brock?
never won.
Big as fuck.
Lesnar never won the Olympics. Of course, that's a different kind of wrestling.
Whoa, they got tested for 80 cases of corona in New York.
Everybody don't. You know how much money I've lost because of that. Oh, by the way, what did I tell you about Tesla?
Yeah, they were going up
Check
to
it.
800.
Yeah, no, it's going down to 800.
Right,
It was
down.
783 this morning.
Oh, well.
I told you.
How much did you lose? None. You
I
don't,
didn't.
you don't play
I didn't
stocks
buy
like
it.
that,
I
do
got
you?
a GE, but I just
Hello.
pushed it out to August. My options.
Armand, would you like me to put the chat on the screen for you?
I don't know if I want to hear everybody today. I got kind of a headache.
Hear everybody.
I think I just want to talk. I don't want to listen to anyone.
There's no listening.
Why don't you guys get out of the studio too?
That's not gonna happen.
You want to go over our top 5 list?
Yeah. What is your talk? Yeah. Let me hear it.
No,
No,
it's
man, we got
not
a
like
show.
that, Armand.
What? I thought that was the show.
And you can't even look at this piece of
I don't want
paper.
to look at it.
Don't touch my shit, Armand.
Listen, you know my top one. I'll talk
That's
all
your
hour
top
about.
one. What's your top 5? You gotta have 5 though. No. Just think.
Well, I know. Top 5 what now? What
favorite
conspiracies?
things to talk about on this
just
show.
favorite
kinda,
things.
Yeah, like Surreal Talks. You know.
Okay. All right. I think
We didn't want to limit.
I'm glad you were prepared before the show.
Conspiracies. You know, we didn't want to limit it. You
Well,
want to write them
tell
down?
me
I'll
to
get
come
you a
up with
pen.
my own. Let me see.
You didn't tell him? I
You
thought
know
you told
number
him.
1. Number 2.
Number 9.
Talking.
Number
I'm
9.
almost, man, coronavirus not right now might be
Yeah?
stupid.
We
yeah,
did a show on that
stupid end of the world things.
last week.
Yeah, it was right.
Were you here?
And I told everybody,
Phil,
don't worry
are you
about
mental?
It was in this studio.
it. Yeah,
I
I
got
remember that.
I ate a Cliff Bar right before you got in.
Yeah, and I was wondering what all these.
This Cliff
This
Bar.
Ort
it's
was.
Cliff Bar crumbs.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. We got a
You
little.
can have it if you want. You don't. You can eat it.
It's a crummy situation, Armand.
immaculates.
You can have it.
Anybody? Crummy situation.
No,
No.
I had a.
Fuck you. Eric, what happened to your microphone?
What about it?
Look at the rear end of the XLR cable there. It's all busted. Shut up, me.
Yeah, I don't. It's bad enough to hear you once.
I didn't do that. I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying it's for the world.
Let's see, where was I? I was on
There
number
you go,
3.
Armand. Number 3 what?
My 4 favorite topics.
Oh, you want a pencil? Maybe even a pen.
Armand, you want to say? Yeah, I'll get you a fucking pencil.
Here, right on the back of that, and I'll give it to you later. Or I'll
I
get it
won't
back.
even say number 1. Everybody
Does
knows
that part
now.
screw in?
What are you talking about? Leave it alone.
I got it about fixed up.
Yeah, it looks fine. It's not quite fine, but it's good enough.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely broken on this side. I see it. Yeah, definitely.
It's not quite fine, but it's fine.
It's fucked.
Nothing's over. Just give me something to drink. I got all the ends and soldered. I can.
No,
read
that's
these over.
brisk, baby.
Go on, Mick. It's over.
Ain't nothing over.
Just give me something to drink. Those were the greatest commercials.
All right, look.
All right, we got to start.
Yeah, I was just saying that.
As soon as Armand's ready, he's the one holding up the
Go
show.
ahead. Well,
He's-
I'll have it done by the time you do the.
all right.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
Armand's favorite episode's Flat Earth. His favorite topic. That's the one he pussed out on. You guys remember that? I remember it. You guys was like, I don't know, fucking
You're listening to Surreal Talk, a look inside
Oh, the
the
Earth
world
might
of
be
cults,
flat, eh?
conspiracies, and the
you're right.
paranormal.
David Weiss, goddamn, make some good fucking points there about not math and science and everything.
Something's not right.
Hey,
no, I just-
Something's not
Listen
right.
to the fucking
Something's
song.
shit here, and I don't believe it.
Armand,
He's listening to the fucking song.
the guy that's
What's
on the
that
song's
from?
an idiot,
This
okay?
crazy shit could
That's
be
from
completely possible.
Slapshot.
Right.
Disclaimer,
National anthem.
We reserve the right to be wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
You think you know the whole story? Think again.
Now your hosts, Eric and Everett.
Welcome to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal. A lineupmedia.fm production, and we are back with your favorite every week show.
Trio of
No,
hosts.
that's not where I was
It's
going
a
with that.
Duo plus a permanent guest.
All right.
God damn, Armand, we lead as two kings.
That's right.
Jesus, get it together.
You're our Duke.
Maybe
Do you remember the order?
No, I don't care.
Do men ever visit brothels?
they do
How many times I got to say this?
a lot.
Do you
Hopefully
remember
no
them?
more.
Do you remember what they were
Of course
saying?
I
Okay,
remember
please.
it.
I'll bet you don't.
Duke Edinburgh.
Oh, God damn it. No, just stop.
You just lost.
You know what I always wondered? What the intro would sound like if Armand did it, like welcome back type thing. How would you do it if like you were starting out, like here comes the music, it just cut out.
Just cut
Everybody-
out.
All right. No, I
Let's
just
hear
say,
it.
just shut up and listen to me. I'm going to say something intelligent.
No show name or anything like that.
No,
Just
no,
fucking,
just-
hey, dickheads.
Intelligent thoughts from Doc.
Stop that fucking music.
Yeah. Shut your
Yeah,
fucking pie
turn
holes.
off the damn music and let me talk. Because I got something very intelligent to say. That ought to be my. All right, there's my show.
Shut the fuck up
Hey.
and let me talk, because I got something.
This
to
is
tell
more
you.
related to the social show, but
For
goddamn
your
it,
own damn
Armand,
good.
you're gonna love this. We got a 5-star rating on iTunes today because,
I can't believe
and
it.
I quote,
Yes.
I'm giving you guys 5 stars because your Greta Thunberg impressions are fucking
Oh.
hilarious.
They are
Oh,
pretty good.
I got some bad news.
How dare you?
Greta's grandfather died.
Oh, that's a bummer.
How dare him?
All right, yeah. I'm just like making fun of her, but I don't want her grandfather to die. But he was like,
Did you ever say
94.
that he should or something?
No,
Then what's the
I
problem?
don't want. I'm not taking any
People's
blame
grandpas
or
die all
credit.
day. How dare you?
It's just bad
How dare
news.
you.
How dare you?
You
I'll tell you
stole
what.
my grandpa.
No less than like
that was a little far, Armand. Jesus Christ.
Sorry about that. All right. That's not funny.
How dare you?
No
That's
less
not
than 4 or
funny.
5 times this week I've been sitting around and just starting laughing, thinking about his dumbass impression of that kid.
Oh, God. All
Anyway.
right. So it's a dark day in the Thunberg family. Don't laugh. I'm not laughing. I think I love my grandpa. Man, that was bad.
Calm down, Eric. He's going to
Yeah.
die.
I'm trying to be tragic here, and this guy's cracking up. Whatever, you'll do anything for
It's a
5
fucking
stars, won't you?
Shakespearean. Chill out.
Yeah. Lady Macbeth. All right.
What are we doing today? What's the topic? I'll answer this.
Yeah,
Eric's
you
like,
answer as if you didn't know.
It's another all over the place. I know how you guys love all over the place, but this time it is our Surreal Talk Top 5 topics. Not like the best topics we've ever done. We've probably done most of these, but it's more like just our favorite rabbit holes, kind of, where we like to go, what we like to deal
I got
with.
my 5.
Do you?
Yeah.
How do you want to do this, Eric? We talked about it earlier. We didn't quite decide. We each do a number 5, and then we each do a number 4.
Yeah, and I also
Oh,
thought
man.
that this was a number 5 list, but that's just not at all what that is. So
What is that?
that's just a piece of paper.
Just a blank piece of paper? Is that
No,
what
it's
on it?
got stuff on it, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the back of that page back here, by the way. Yeah, later on. Later on in the show, it's got my number 5 on it.
All right, so what do we got going on, man? Jesus Christ. How dare you?
Oh, yeah, hey, we out of deference to her family, I'm not going to imitate her.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Yes, that's too bad.
I think her grandpa would want you to.
You guys are rude. You guys are worse than I am.
I do not
feel
think
for the
that's
kid.
true at all. Well, you're way worse
Bad
than
day,
us.
man. How would you like if your grandfather died? That's not fun.
I hate when my
Everett, how
grandfather
dare
dies.
you?
I hate when my grandfather dies. Every time. Anyway,
Well, my number 1's global warming.
hold on,
Everybody-
goddammit, we knew that. Okay, that's not a surprise.
Right,
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, that's a
but
big
let's start at
surprise.
number 5.
Yeah, we're going to go
Oh.
from the top to the bottom. Shit, Armand.
Yeah.
This is
How
the
did I-
kind of guy that just blows right away.
It's
you know?
okay. There's not
I
a
didn't put them in
person.
any order except for number 1.
There's
so-
not a person in the world that didn't see global warming being his number
You're
1.
right. We
right,
didn't
yeah,
spoil
yeah.
literally nothing.
I earlier thought that your number 1 through 5 all were global warming. So
and I
gonna
told him we
put-
could only have 2 after 5.
Okay, I got. Yeah, this would be 5.
Okay.
I got
So-
Hollywood.
Start. Hang on.
Oh,
He's going to start.
no, he started. Go ahead.
Hollywood. I like our Hollywood's conspiracies. I love that shit.
That was a fun show we did. The Holly Weird Deaths.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff out there, and they're
From
those are
like
always fun.
the Black Dahlia and what's your
Right.
favorite one?
Mine was
Pedos?
Thelma Todd.
Go on.
She was this famous. We went over this. She was a famous actress,
Mhm.
and she opened a like a speakeasy bar. Well, it was a speakeasy at first, but it was a bar restaurant in Malibu, and she was doing real well. She was making a lot of money, and Lucky Luciano said, "Hey, I want to run a gambling casino out of your restaurant." And
She said no. Yeah, you don't say no to Lucky.
Yeah, and
He's a
then-
New York guy, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he had he was
Yeah,
everywhere.
his fingers everywhere.
They
yeah.
found her in her car,
shot. And
committed suicide. Yeah, carbon monoxide poisoning.
early victim of the
But she was
Clintons.
pretty beat up,
Gotcha.
right? Kind of the Hillary school of revenge.
Sure.
And yeah,
Got
that was the
Epstein.
end,
Hey, you know,
that was the
she
end of
shoulda-
Thelma Todd.
She should have ran that fucking gambling.
Yeah,
thing.
damn right, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If Lucky say, Lucky,
Well,
whatever
Lucky
you say,
says,
brother.
I mean,
And I
especially
didn't want
back
any. I didn't want any
then.
of the money. I don't want a piece of it. You take it all.
Wait,
Take
what?
some of my regular
She was
money,
a tough.
too.
She was a
Wait,
tough
hang on.
gal.
Hold the fucking phone here. So he was going to. What was he doing now?
He wanted to run a casino out of her restaurant.
Okay.
This
she
is a
said
guy in
no.
the 30s. It's a gangster.
But
Yeah.
you said he's not going to take any of the money. Of course he would.
That's what I would have said.
Out of respect,
no,
'cause you don't
out
wanna
of
get killed.
respect, I would have said, Lucky, take it all. I don't even want any of the money.
This guy's big time fucking shoot you in the face gangster.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
Al
that's
Capone
fine,
style.
but that's fine. But to be respected in his eyes, you would say, "Where are we going to start
That's
at?
not how it works.
20%?
That's
That
not
is
how
how
it
it works. If
works.
if he comes aggressive at you and
Would you
says,
do
"No,
that?
how about fucking 10?" and then you're like, "All right, 10." But you gotta at least negotiate that back.
I think
to
he-
be
I-
respected in the situation, do you not have to
I don't wanna
negotiate
be
that back?
respected.
You've
I wanna
watched
be
too much
alive.
Sopranos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. That's him.
Ah.
He'd pay Lucky to come into his casino.
No shit, man.
Yeah. I give you 20% of everything, Luck.
For real.
No.
Please make your casino here.
Oh yeah, you think one of them guys that, like I need the what do they do that the protection? No.
You know why he was called Lucky Luciano, by the way?
I don't know.
He's the only man, accordingly, apparently, to be documented to have survived being taken for a ride. They picked him up, threw him in the back of a car, and like stabbed him, beat the shit out of him, and
Threw him out
Threw
and
him out. I thought he was dead.
Left him for dead, basically.
He
And
lived.
Wow.
Yeah,
he's
he did
pretty
not
lucky.
live after being taken for a ride.
Charles was his name, right? Charles Lucky
Charles,
Luciano.
very good.
Yeah.
Charles Lucky Luciano.
I know my gangsters a little. I hung out with you a lot. It's the problem.
In fact, I think maybe I ought to make gangster. Did we do a gangster show?
No, but that'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good show. Let's
Yeah,
do that.
see, we'll all do it in this
Yeah,
accent. See,
Oh, man.
we'll just be
Yeah.
like,
Rico-
this what happened, you know?
Caesar Rico and Bandello.
Yeah, funny like
What
hell.
was that language? Caesar Amerigo Mandello.
Yeah. Mother of mercy.
Those are all names.
And then we
Is
get
this,
to the
is
Italian
this the
mafia,
end of
we'll just-
Rico? No, Little Caesar.
We'll just
Edward G. Robinson.
like this.
Pizza.
Once you get to the Italian mafia, we just do everything like this.
I'd rather have you do that that accent than
What are you
British.
talking about, Armand?
Do a gangster accent.
Shit, I forgot to hit record. Yeah, well.
That's all right.
Yep.
At least
took
we're
my list.
streaming.
You know, I need it because my number 5.
What was your
Oh.
number 5?
Cryptozoology. If you remember
Can you
that?
explain to the audience, Everett?
I don't
what
even know what
cryptozo-
the hell that is.
Really?
Well, let me
Come on,
bring
Armand.
out
I know what
my
crypto means and
page.
zoology is. I'm not sure how
So
they
put
go
it together and
Yeah.
interpret it.
Cryptozoology is a study of creatures whose existence has not yet or cannot be entirely proved to be or disproved by science.
Did we do a show on that?
Several.
Yeah.
These creatures, collectively known as
Bigfoot.
cryptids,
Oh,
include
oh.
examples like the Loch Ness, the
Oh,
Chupacabra, Bigfoot, the Yeti. You know,
Mothman.
What's your most? What would you say is the most plausible cryptozoological specimen?
None.
None?
That's
You
why
don't
they're
feel that-
crypto. If they, I mean,
Yeah,
what do
but
you mean
which
by
ones are
plausible?
more likely?
Fucking unicorn, probably.
Unicorn.
Yeah, what's more hard to believe? A fucking horse with a horn on its head or a goddamn giraffe that's a fucking horse with a goddamn 30-foot neck? What's more
I'd say
outlandish?
the Loch Ness monster. 'cause
What's
you
more
never know what the
outlandish
hell.
in that situation?
Loch Ness isn't
a
that old, though.
unicorn or a fucking giraffe?
I don't think that matters.
All I'm gonna say.
well, it's
Loch Ness monster.
a lot of people thought it was that fucking dinosaur that lived and stayed there since the in the
Well,
locks and
that's
stuff.
what I'm
Megalodon?
saying. It
But
could
it's
be.
only like
Fucking
15,000
megalodon?
years old.
Hey, there, change my answer. Fucking megalodon.
Ooh, that's a good one. If it's still around or not,
Yeah.
because that fits the criteria. So you want to hear the criteria? What can make something a cryptid? What
Yeah.
falls under the cryptozoological umbrella? Distribution anomalies like giant birds, giant rodents, and shit like
Hold on,
that.
so I got a question. It's
Hold
a
on.
muscle and strength T-shirt.
MS.
That's where I get my supplements. All right, go ahead.
So whenever animals are outside of their normal range, like a giant bird or a giant rodent, like that could be a cryptid. So say there's a giant rat in the sewers, that could be a cryptid.
Well, I don't know about that. Really? Because it's giant? Not
Right.
just-
Because you would normally see a fucking 6-foot long rat or something like that.
Well, I'm saying then.
And it's
then-
legendary. You can't disprove that it doesn't. It's not down
well,
there
how about
somewhere.
like the alligators in the New York sewers?
Those are just alligators.
Right.
in
What
the
about
sewers.
ligers?
Ligers are real as well.
Yeah, they're
Those are
real.
hybrids.
Sure, that's a tiger and a lion.
Right. But
And there's
so is a
tyons,
fucking rat.
which are lions, then tigers.
A rat's a fucking real thing too.
But a giant version of it,
Yeah, that's what he's.
whenever
saying.
they're saying they're outside their normal size range, that can be a cryptid.
Hmm.
Undescribed, unusual, or outsized variations of a nose species, like giant anacondas,
Three-eyed fish.
spotted lions. No, like,
Winky.
I guess that could be a cryptid. but,
Winky's a cryptid, dude.
even if it's a mutant, I guess if you
What is it?
Three-eyed fish from The Simpsons.
like season 1, season 2,
Yeah.
25, 30 years ago.
It means nothing to me.
That's all right.
Survivals of recently extinct species: ivory-billed woodpecker, the thylacine, Tasmanian tiger.
Oh, dodo. Oh, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
those
not
could be
crypto.
They could, if like,
Passenger pigeon.
well, if there's a rumor that they were still alive, they could be cryptids at that point. Like the Tasmanian tiger, that's a cryptid at this point because people.
No, it's extinct. We know
Yeah, isn't there? What's the difference then?
it's not extinct
that.
because there's
The
people.
Tasmanian tiger is extinct.
Well, okay, scientifically they say it is extinct, but there's people down there saying they're still seeing,
They're still citing them.
still sighting them in
that's
Tasmania.
true. I mean, they're. What's the one that?
Tasmania's wild as fuck, man.
How about the coelacanth?
Oh, that-
Remember
The
that?
fish, yeah, the big ass fish.
Yeah,
They thought
thought
it's
was
guys
six-
are yellow.
They thought that
of
was
course.
gone for millions of years.
80 million years, something
Yeah,
like that. And they
they
found
find
one
them.
off the
Yeah.
coast of Africa, right?
Yeah,
What was it?
A coelacanth. It's a big ass, gross looking fish.
yeah.
They
That
thought-
was extinct in like the.
It's in the fossil
Jurassic.
record from like 80 million years
Yeah.
ago.
Same ass thing. It didn't
Pretty much
change at
the
all.
same fish.
Oh, wow.
The Sphinx. That's What is the Sphinx? Man, head of a man and body of a lion.
That's a cryptid.
Correct. I'd
That's-
say that'd be a cryptid.
Now,
yeah.
like a chimera and all these Greek things, they're all.
Yeah, yeah,
are they-
cryptids.
Chimera would be could be a type
Griffin.
of cryptid. That's definitely a cryptid.
Hippogriff.
Yeah.
Well, they got a ton of them. Minotaur,
The manticore.
manicore.
Yeah, I mean all
right.
kinds
That's the one with the tail, right?
with the
That's-
spiky
yeah,
tail. It's a
yeah,
lion with a giant fucking spiky mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thousands of
Manicore,
rows, yeah. Played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, did you?
Yeah.
Fair
you
amount.
I was always a druid.
You were always a druid.
Yeah.
I would have put you for a bard. I don't know.
Oh no, they're
Walking
pussies,
around talking your
pussies.
shit.
Yeah, druids were cool. They're kind of like half magician and half. They fight too.
Half healer.
He's
You're a
I-
nurse,
I,
Armand.
I didn't like healing.
You're a leaf nurse. That's what
Yeah.
you are.
I never got to be a healer.
Nurse of the leaves. Anyway. What else we got here on old
So
crypto?
nurse anesthetist. All right.
How many examples have we gone over here?
about 18.
Just one? Oh.
Well, let's see. We got anything? The Bear Lake Monster. You ever
It
heard
was
of that?
18, man.
You've heard of the New Jersey Devil, obviously.
the New Jersey Devil.
You never heard of the New Jersey Devil?
No, what is that?
You need to go back and listen to that episode.
It's from New Jersey. It's a devil.
The skunk ape, which is the Florida Bigfoot.
Boy, that was,
Never heard of that?
That's
Okay.
called swamp
obviously,
thing.
I wasn't on that show. I don't remember any of these.
The Megaconda, which is a
Well,
giant
that's-
anaconda.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
pretty explicit.
We saw the
yeah,
movie with Ice
term.
Cube and John Voight.
I guess that would have been a Megaconda.
That was a
That
good
was an
movie.
anaconda straight
You
up.
like that movie?
Fucking A right, I like that movie.
Who didn't like that? He had the
Owen
worst
Wilson
accent
was
ever.
in it.
Oh,
Yeah, he was, wasn't
Yeah, and what was J-Lo, I believe?
J-Lo.
It was J-Lo.
he? Yeah.
I'm not. I must be thinking of a different one.
You are.
Because there's an older movie that about this huge snake, and it was horrible. I think it was called Anaconda.
That's the one we're talking
Yeah,
about.
no, that's the
But
one.
You said
With
Megan.
John Voight.
No, this one's like a bunch of no names. It was really schlocky and horrible.
It's the
When?
one he's thinking. It's the same one.
like
gotta
in
be.
the 80s. It didn't have any stars in it.
Late
These people
90s
couldn't
maybe?
even
Late,
act.
no, it wasn't
It-
even late 90s. It was
It was almost like soft porn. They had some like
soft porn. No,
yeah,
okay,
they
maybe
had some
we are
like
thinking
real
about
topless
different
shit.
ones
And it was
Yeah, probably not the same one. then.
yeah.
You know the Piasaw bird?
Well, yeah, I know the.
That's a cryptid.
It looks like a cricket on that sign, doesn't it?
The Piasaw bird looks like a
Yeah,
cricket.
Yeah, almost. When I go to Alton, I see that Piasaw. The
You know,
Piasaw.
you should get closer and take a better look at it.
No, that's a weird looking thing.
It's got antlers of a deer, a face of a fucking dragon. It's got a dragon's tail. It's got all kinds of shit.
What mythology is that? Some kind of
American Indians, the lion on it.
okay.
$136.8 million worldwide.
The movie?
Anaconda, 97.
hardly-
You're right, late 90s.
It's hardly a failure.
It's not the one I saw.
All right, well, that's my number
okay,
5,
I'll
Crypto.
find it.
I don't know. I find cool creatures to be interesting. I don't know.
I don't
about
know. Okay. Well, you know me. I like Hollywood better than cool creatures.
you. Well, that's fine. I'm just saying it's my favorite. But you didn't shit on it, so I've already lost my bet.
It's not bad. What do you mean?
Well, I figured before the show, here's your list back.
I like. That's not bad.
Thank you. Before the show, I told the audience
I don't
that
expect much out of you anyway. I mean, you know.
I know you don't. That he'd be shitting on over everything.
I would think
every package.
I know your first is going to be Blagojevich.
No.
Oh.
See, he's trying to trigger me.
I'm
like
trying to chivvy him.
Fucking
I got him pissed
him.
off again yesterday at the Ocho
you
Man show.
didn't.
Oh,
No, he
did
didn't.
you? I was
I can't even
fucking
mention that name without him.
Okay,
Lego?
maybe a little bit. It was a good
Yeah.
Ocho Man show yesterday.
Lego.
You got to get a sphygmometer when you mention Blagojevich.
Ooh, was
He's
that for his
sticking nothing
ass?
in my butt. Yeah.
I was a
blood
full-on
pressure
guess.
cuff.
That was his ass.
We'll get to the aliens later.
All right.
Number 5 for me is going to
Just
be
jealous of his hair.
is going to be false flags in general, just false flag situations, all the way from fucking was it Northwoods to Sandy Hook, where allegedly.
Columbine almost. Yeah.
Well, no, Columbine was not a false flag.
I mean, some people consider it.
Pretty broad category, isn't it?
I mean, these are all kind of broad categories. Yeah. You want to get
Well,
real
no,
specific?
I get specific.
Eric went real broad on his categories.
But I get specific in the last 2.
Okay.
Well, not really the second one, but yeah.
What do you think is the falsest of the flags?
Say it.
Number 1. My number 1.
Oh, your number one. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I think I know what that's going to be.
Mm.
Yeah. So you think 9/11 to jump ahead?
There you go. I
Fuck it,
knew
it's
that- I knew
obvious
that-
too. There's
yeah, I
nobody
knew
in the
that was
world who
coming.
would have thought Eric's number 1. I mean, anybody who thinks about
Is
it
that
can
on
figure
your
out mine
list?
pretty.
That's
what?
not even on my list.
So 9/11 was on my list, but I threw it down to honorable mention.
Yeah, because he started trying to write shit out for it, and I'm like, hey, don't
Yeah.
fucking cramp my style,
I
okay?
don't know, of all the
Because it's going to
mysteries
come
of
up his
time and space, that to me is not that big of a deal.
Oh.
Maybe Kennedy's. Even.
Yeah.
That's not even on my top 5.
We'll
Kennedy,
fucking
is it?
talk about it, Armand, because it was a big deal. It was a real big fucking deal.
One, 2 jets
Oh,
hit 2.
yeah.
But hey, like Ilhan
Yeah.
Omar
Oh,
said,
it's just
somebody did
fucking
something.
just
No
this,
big deal.
that, there.
3,000 fucking
No.
people.
Yeah, somebody did
3,000 people
something.
will die every day
Yeah,
of
you-
fucking
you tell
hemorrhoids.
that
You
to
know?
New
No,
York
I don't think it's a
Firefighters
conspiracy.
Association,
Though. I think we
dickhead.
know what happened.
You tell that to the
I
New
don't
York
believe that it
Firefighters
was-
Association, dickhead.
Oh, it was a huge event like Pearl Harbor, but we
Yes,
know what
that's
happened
right.
at Pearl Harbor too. It's not a mystery.
Oh, you're a pearl necklace.
No, we don't know what happened.
we don't know what
Pearl
happened to
Harbor.
Thelma Todd. That's a big mystery.
We do too.
I would like to know.
We just told you.
I'd
we
like to know
just
who
told
killed the Black
everybody
Dahlia.
I
that,
think we
Lucky
kinda do.
Luciano.
Black Dahlia, yeah.
Anyway,
We'll
what
put
Yeah,
those-
so
we'll put-
the Vegas shooting also, it's a good, not a good false flag, but just, and the reason that false flags pissed me off is that they because they make you think something that make you think something's one way and it's not. You know
well,
what
it's
I
a
mean?
direct conspiracy theory. I mean, like there's somebody
And it's
force feeding
deliberate.
you a
It's
bullshit
deliberate.
line.
deliberate.
Right.
It's somebody force feeding you a story for you to feel a certain way to further their end.
Well, so
Yeah.
which one pisses you off the most?
None of them really.
See, now that's the answer I'd always get from him.
Which one
Which-
pisses you off?
Well, I don't care. None of them.
No,
really.
you.
But Blagojevich, he goes crazy.
Oh,
He-
he's,
It had
I
nothing
just
to
got
do
red
with-
when you said
It,
that.
it's just fascinating to me. What of all the things in the world that would piss you off, anyway.
What's your?
I believe in truth, justice, and the American goddamn way.
Says his prayers, takes his
Yeah.
vitamins. Favorite false flag? Favorite. God, we're at a
Fa-
terrible
well-
way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which one do you think has been force fed to us? That
Yeah, which one do you think's the most obvious, or your favorite one, or whatever? Armand, come on, get with the fucking
global
program.
warming,
That's
false
not-
flag.
There, it fits the fucking criteria.
Oh,
God,
it's the
why did I even
falsest
ask
of
that? I
flags.
should have known that.
It's your fault. It's
I
your fault.
know.
What's your number
Fuck.
4, Armand? Let's get out of there.
Life after death, and I'm going to put aging too.
That's a good one. Is that on my list?
It's close.
I guess is aging the same? Probably not. I didn't think they're probably not the same thing.
No, I took it off my list.
I'll put life after death.
Was that your number 4 basically too?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, it should be. I mean, what mystery is more? It probably shouldn't be.
That is one of the, that's if not the greatest mystery.
Yeah, that's the one we'll never figure out, I guess.
I love the discussion of
I
that because
already
it is
got it.
nothing but a philosophical topic.
I already
Right.
got it. I figured it out.
You do have it
Yeah.
on.
I got
What
it.
happens?
I don't want to tell you.
Oh, I thought you had it on your
Where'd you get that
list.
shirt? Never mind.
We're wearing weird shirts today. What do you got?
It's weird. We're both wearing band shirts today.
Oh.
Fuck.
What's yours? A Black Sabbath?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Black Sabbath.
okay.
One other tribute band, Sublime. It's a Black Sabbath tribute band.
Oh, is that the deal? It's not the actual.
God
Right.
damn it, Armand. Sublime is not a tribute band. There are tribute bands literally to Sublime.
Oh, a tribute band of a tribute band.
Oh.
Boy, oh boy.
What band has more tribute
what you
bands than
did?
this one?
See what you did? Oh, there's plenty.
Has more tribute
I-
bands? Led Zeppelin, maybe?
Plenty.
Oh God. Yeah.
Pink Floyd?
Pink Floyd's got.
Yeah. Okay, those two, along
Yeah.
with the Dead, have the most tribute
Does
bands.
the
Probably
Stones
the
have-
Beatles.
Probably the Stones, huh? Do they have.
I
a
bet the Beatles.
Nah, I doubt that.
That's tough to.
But you know what's even more than that is the people that do like the fucking whole Dylan era type shit, like those bands that just play like
Which era of Dylan?
all that shit, just fucking 60s, 70s, right there, late 60s, early 70s. Those they just do all of that shit.
We
you
might have
know?
to put that on our list. Tribute bands.
That's
Number
not a
three?
Surreal
Is that
Talk
number
show.
three?
No.
Oh, well, it should be.
Anyway, what was your number 4?
Life after death.
Oh, yeah.
No.
What do you
Oh,
think happens,
that was
Armand?
him.
Nothing.
Nothing? You think it's just black lights out?
I think yeah.
Nothing
s-
happens.
I
He just
sadly
goes
agree with
black.
you.
I think you just go
But
dust.
my only problem with that is we don't know the source of consciousness. And there's a lot of me that thinks that consciousness doesn't completely exist in the same spot our body does. Like it's almost a projection into our
No,
body.
man.
Like our brain is a lens
Listen,
for
that's
consciousness.
leading me
projection.
to my number
Ghost in the
4,
machine.
government conspiracies, because they're keeping the truth about the pineal gland from us.
Oh, my God. Shut up.
About no, for real. Like,
The
'cause
government's doing that?
why wouldn't they? They're fluoridating fucking water just to calcify
Yeah,
it.
but I would think that was some medical industry. You know.
Victor, thanks for catching up. These are just our favorite, our top 5 favorites, each of our favorites of topics, basically. He was asking what's
I don't know if
going
it's my favorite. I'm just saying it's probably the one that intrigues me the most.
Well, right. Favorite
You
being the
know,
ones
my
that you would.
first is not my favorite. That's the one that drives me nuts.
Oh, well, I mean, what do you? Well, you still.
Summer
I would say
band
it's your
only.
favorite if it's what you would spend most of your time out of this researching or interested in.
Well, yeah,
Whether you
if you're
like it
gonna-
or not, it's still your
If I was going
favorite.
to get into an argument with somebody and almost a fight, what I'd fight over global. I would fight somebody over global warming.
That's amazing.
That's why
you
it
fight
drives me
somebody
crazy.
over almost anything.
I would. I'd actually.
Would you
fight,
really?
I would. I'd drop
Anyone,
down with.
but
I'd
anyone.
fight Brock
There's a
Lesnar.
quote for the
anyone
show.
over anyone.
I'd
Brock
fight
Lesnar,
somebody
bring him
over
on.
global warming.
Bring
All
him
right, so
on.
if we've got a fan that wants to fight Armand both verbally and physically over global warming, hit us at info@surrealtalkpodcast.com and we'll set that up.
preferably a
I'm
woman.
gonna body slam you into the jet stream, brother.
I'm gonna limit that challenge to our women listeners.
Come
Gonna
on,
beat up
some
women?
funny
Fight
joke
any of
about
them,
you know getting the breath knocked out of you
No,
at
I mean
CO2.
that one.
Come on,
like
something.
Rod Blagojevich really flipped his. You know that.
No, it has nothing to do with who.
Yeah, but it
Rob
really pisses you
Blagojevich.
off. That subject pisses you
That
off.
situation
This
was-
one pisses me off. The other ones, I'll listen to anybody's point of view, and I'll say, okay, that's a good
Let's
point.
poll the audience real quick. Who thought I was pissed off last week?
Oh God,
Eric thought I was
Yeah,
pissed off.
of
Did
course
anybody
you were
else think I was
pissed
pissed off? We'll check on that in a second.
your face was crimson, man. I've never
Crimson.
Crimson. Armand, you're so extra. Can't you just say red?
No, he was like
God
he looked
damn.
looked like an asparagus, man.
Your
You
face was
were-
of blood.
It was
Not
Your
a-
blood.
mind
that's
was of
green. He looked like
rage.
a aubergine.
He was Unc's
How
black.
dare you?
How
Yeah,
dare you?
I'm not saying it. It's a tough bad day for her.
I want to make a shirt. How dare you?
But it's got to be spelled Y.
Some
I don't know how you
umlauts in there,
spell
maybe
that.
a couple of the
Ooh.
Yeah.
tilde over the top of it.
You know we don't
Yeah,
know
see,
nothing about it.
Chastity sees it. You were pissed, of course.
I don't think
Victor,
I was
You're
pissed.
right.
But government conspiracies is mine. And
Your
it's
number
the,
four?
ta- it's the
Russell,
tax
everybody
money.
says you were pissed.
You know, they take our fucking tax money and they spend it on fucking another goddamn war that we don't fucking need, man.
Which one?
You know,
Which one? I didn't hear the.
Government
Which
conspiracy.
one? Was? Yeah,
Defense?
government's
Defense?
yeah, the defense especially. Yeah, fucking goddamn, man. And then people always bitch at me because I like fucking want to vote for Bernie, and they're like, "You want to pay for other people's college and this and that." And I'm like, I'd rather pay for a kid to get an education than for fucking a couple more 18-year-old kids get shipped across seas and die for some fucking oil. Yeah, I'll pay for that. I'm all for it. Sign me up. Sorry.
Get the education like what? Like
Yeah, like free college.
LGBT
so Bernie's gonna
studies and
give you
stuff?
free college and fucking who cares, man? Let's pay for that.
You know what
instead
the
of
scam on
fucking
that
war.
is?
Let's just pay for it instead of war.
I don't want to. I'd pay for a kid to be a welder before I pay for a kid to go to college and
What the
learn
fuck
sociology.
you got to get a welding degree out of fucking
No, that's a
college.
trade
It's a trade
school.
school. It's the same.
Trade school, I'd
Okay,
pay for it,
It
not
doesn't
college. I
matter. Pay
would
for them
pay-
all. I'll pay for them
No,
both. I
I
don't give a
wouldn't
fuck.
pay.
Some kid wants to be a
Why?
literature fucking major. He can go be a
Why
literature
should we
major.
pay for it? It's stupid.
Why should we pay
Welder-
for kids to go
welder-
fucking die for oil and opium
I didn't say that. I didn't say
and
either.
gold?
Why don't pay for either?
We
of
do
them?
that already,
Yeah,
though.
but it's not
we
an
do
either
that already,
or.
though.
How about neither?
I'd
But
kill
we
for
do
opium.
already, though. So, I mean, let's take Bernie's plan and then let's have a smart nation and maybe we can fucking figure
They're
out
not smart,
how to
though.
not fucking, you know, be.
I don't. I argue. I disagree that you go to college to be smart. People aren't going to. If you're taking STEM, you go to be smart. If you're taking sociology or LGBT studies,
Oh,
you're
he's
just going
about to offend
around.
the fuck out of some people here.
If you're taking Armenian studies, you're still
nobody
a
would waste their
dipshit.
time with that.
And I'm Armenian. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right, exactly. Don't waste your time with it. That 4 years wasted. What good is it?
All
I'm
right.
just saying, Armand. Did you go to college?
Yeah.
What'd you go to college for?
He went to
Biology.
SLU.
I was about Washington U.
Wash you,
Get
sorry.
out of here.
He went to
That's an
LC.
insult.
I know. I
He was
love
over
fucking
at
you every
LC.
time with that.
Went to UMSL.
You went to community?
They'll kill you.
And I didn't want to get killed.
What's that?
But so did you pay for it all yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good.
Well, no, I
good.
had a scholarship too, but I paid for some of it.
Shit. Someone
That's
else paid
different.
for it? Someone else
Nobody
paid for it?
Yeah, Washington U did.
Oh, my
Not the
fucking
people.
God. Oh,
Not
my
you.
God.
Not the taxpayer.
Well, people don't pay anything for it.
None of them.
I don't pay for my.
That money comes from thin air. Jesus fucking Christ. You fucking know that?
I am not
All
a
right.
crook.
Come on,
My
man.
number
Somebody
4.
else paid for your college. Can't we do that for somebody else? Can you fucking pay it forward
Keep
or
them
whatever?
out of college and keep them in the army where they belong.
Oh, my God.
All right,
Hey,
all
you
right.
heard
Before
it
my
here
number
first,
four-
Go kill
folks.
people.
Before my number 4, the audience didn't think I was pissed. That's the thing. I didn't feel like
Pissed
last week
off.
that my heartbeat like got faster than normal. I don't feel like I really didn't feel like I was
Heartbeat?
mad. I didn't feel in my head like I
You were
was mad.
tachycardic, man. You're
the-
going to go into a flutter.
You're crazy. I did not feel like I was
Syncope.
that mad.
Oh.
I walked right out of here able to laugh about the whole situation. I didn't take it anywhere.
Well, maybe because you guys, everybody knows how passionate I get. You know, global
Yeah.
warming, I'm gone.
Yeah.
But you, I've never seen. You're always so staid about
so
everything. You're neutral on
I
every
guess I can get
subject,
that. In
and
re-
that one drove you crazy.
By comparison to my
By
normal
comparison, right?
demeanor.
Yeah,
I
it's not
can
like
just-
you were ranting. Well, you weren't going up and down, but
Yeah, I don't go up and
compared to your usual staid, stodgy presence,
down. Stodgy.
yeah,
I don't know about that.
That means
phlegmatic.
shit covered and crusted.
No.
I can make definitions
Speaking
up
of
to words
which-
if I want to, Armand.
I don't want to bring it up.
That's my 4th, is whenever Eric makes up definitions to words he doesn't know.
No, the lyrics to songs I don't know is
That's
better.
my 3rd.
That's pretty good.
No, my
That's-
number 3 is doomsday. And prepping and doomsday scenarios.
Fucking number
Hey,
3.
That's your number 2?
My number 3.
No,
Oh, you're number
we're good,
3?
we're
So
good,
fucking
we're good.
A, it's going to zoom
Doomsday.
right into it. We could just combine
You
these
guys
together.
both doomsdayed it up?
Doomsday. That's I got 2.
Wow.
You were pretty pissed off during our doomsday episode, though, wasn't
What a bunch of goddamn losers.
Bernie over here.
No,
What do you think
Armand
is-
was
I'm
mad
not
about,
a loser.
how dare you?
he? What do you think is the
No,
most
I'm gonna do
likely
Bernie. I'm not doing.
the most likely example of what's going to happen whenever the
That's how you spell it with
Whatever.
a capital S. Troy. Have you heard about Putin's doomsday machine with all he's got all those 100 megaton nuclear
nukes? No, I'm not.
on submarines? Supposedly, yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, he's
100 megaton? That's
100
big, dude.
100 megaton.
So that SAR bomb
a bunch of them.
was 50 megaton, and it blew out
58,
window.
I think 58.
Yeah, it blew out windows 600 miles away.
These are 100 megaton. He's got a bunch of them on submarines.
Well, that's world ending there.
Well, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
For what, though?
Oh, doomsday.
He's- Yeah.
He's got 100 megaton nukes.
Cobalt, thorium.
Apparently, a bunch of them in subs.
Yeah.
Why, though?
Putin.
And I watched a great fucking.
Because it's fun.
I watched a
guess.
great YouTube video last night. I was at home bored on the first hydrogen bomb they blew up. It was so cool the way they used they actually used
A shotgun?
a bomb bigger than the Nagasaki bomb to initiate the
Right.
hydrogen bomb.
Because they had to heat it up.
Right.
And then it fused. Right.
They used a,
They had a fission
Fission bomb. Now they have
fuse for their fusion bomb.
right.
a
Now-
fission fuse for their fusion bomb.
Right.
but now they have
Wow.
the dirty bomb, which is a fission,
Right.
where the fusion actually ignites more
And then
more
spreads it out, right.
neutrons. Yeah.
Yep. Like a neutron bomb.
Yeah. It's a dirty bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's supposedly got a bunch of the 100 megaton bombs.
So you think that's the most likely, or?
I think
nuclear
he's
war?
bragging about it.
Well, we're now
You
what?
believe
2
him.
minutes to midnight, or a minute and a half to midnight? If you listen to those fuckers.
Well, that's because of global warming, though. Not
They-
'cause of-
Oh, my God.
it is.
I want to counter. We need to counter every show. Just up in the screen. Ting, ting, ting.
For what?
For every
Global
time he says
warming?
global warming.
Don't make me say it.
Ting.
We will
We'll have
someday.
one for each of us because
Quote,
I'm sure
unquote.
we've got a fucking phrase here, too, that's just
How
like.
dare you? Don't make me say it.
He said it. He said it.
Barely
dare
said
you.
it. Very low.
It was muted. But
All right, yeah.
I don't know. I
What's
think
yours, Mr. Big Shot?
coronavirus could be the end of us right now. I mean, probably not. But what if it mutates, Armand?
So what?
Like in any good movie.
All right, it'll kill 4% of the people who
Armand.
What if it
Two.
kills 80% of the population? How much of the population do you think it would take to where it's catastrophic and pretty much world ending?
Armand, if you want to
Well,
keep
even
the
the
weapon,
Black
drop the
Death
bomb.
killed maybe, 40% of Europe? Something like that?
Yeah, but that's different. The infrastructure was way different back in those
That's
days.
what I'm saying. It's virtually impossible now. It's
No,
not going to happen.
my point is, though, say it does get bad enough, and how much of the population do you think would have to go down before our global infrastructure would stop? Food production would not be able to keep up because we don't have the workers to do it. The people
Oh,
who are not motivated like it was.
90% probably.
You think? I would think.
Yeah.
I think they were pretty close in that.
How many
fucking
people farm
Avengers movie.
anyway? Like less than 0.5% of the population's farmers? I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, there's distribution is a thing. There's all kinds of things
All
that
right, so a
more
few
than just
truckers,
production of it.
Yeah, but there's not that many people to feed anymore.
Tell
by
me
definition.
30% of the population disappearing
That'd be-
overnight.
well, that'd be quite
That would be fucking crazy, dude. That could be the end of the world right there. After
I don't think the end of
the
world.
repercussions of that, it could set in a chain reaction that could basically start a famine. It could wipe out most of the
They
earth.
need to restructure everything, society as a general, because it's progressed in such a way that if we
How
were
many
to
people commit
lose 30%,
suicide from those 30% of dying? I mean, that 30% is just from, like, say, the initial virus. It's going to have lasting repercussions. Or whatever that 30% was, it's going to have lasting repercussions.
Yeah, but what are the odds of that? That's
I don't know.
What
That's what I'm
does
talking
it-
about.
yeah.
not
Not
gonna
good.
happen.
It's
not
never
gonna-
happened
yeah,
before.
right. Well,
Well, kinda.
Spanish, even Spanish flu, when we
Yeah.
didn't have any antibiotics or anything,
Right.
killed what 20
Well, that was
million.
a virus. But
you didn't.
Right, it was a virus, but still, 20
Right.
million people. You had no defense against.
I
no
was eating
immunity.
mushrooms in the woods.
Well,
What?
Bigfoot will kill you.
Well, he'll have to try hard.
Sasquatch.
My number 3, on the other hand.
Hold on.
Oh, did you not get your?
I got all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
I wanna
what do you
talk
got?
about.
Go ahead.
I love doomsday. We've talked about it before. Are you prepared in any which way for doomsday?
Nope.
How can you prepare for it?
Well, have any kind of supplies or
Prep.
anything like that?
Prepper. Prepare.
Any kind of routes, a plan to happen if shit hits the fan. Do you have any idea what you're going to do?
Do you have extra oil
Or-
in your
or you
car?
just
I'm
have-
not a prepper, no. I
So you just
no.
have confidence that you would know what to do in a situation.
I already told you I can't hunt. You know that.
Why
I don't
not?
know,
Why not? I bet. Listen, now you're a smart man. Think about this for a second. If you had to fucking hunt a deer for yourself to eat, could you do it? Honestly,
do I have a gun?
it doesn't matter. Can you make a fucking bow and arrow, Armand? You know.
No.
You
Oh,
can't
are
make
you
a bow and
kidding?
arrow.
Are you serious? You would rather die than try to figure
I
out
don't
how
know
to
how.
make a bow and arrow.
I'd have a better shot of chasing
It's
the deer
the
down.
simple-
Your
simplest fucking
goddamn
thing.
head, Armand. I was making them when I was 6 years old with a fucking stick and a shoestring.
I used to take my dick in a marble and fling it like a bone. Never mind, but
Do you know what I
it's a
mean,
little
man?
much.
You can make a bow
It's more
and
like a
arrow,
slingshot.
Armand.
You can make a slingshot, right?
A recurve, a longbow. You could make something. Throw a sling and a rock
Well,
and
no,
throw it and hit the
I
deer in the
mean-
head, knock him out, go
Wait
over
a
there,
minute,
break
wait
his
a minute.
neck.
If-
Anything.
If things got that bad, I could probably just go to a gun store and steal a gun from somewhere and load it, and then think I'd be okay.
Sure, the place you want to go try to rob is the gun store. You want to rob
Yeah.
the people with hundreds of guns.
Well, they're probably
That-
dead anyway. Who's left? I
No,
mean,
the,
and you
the,
sit
the
out-
gun store people are people who are definitely prepping.
The gun store people are the people that
Well,
you're
then I'd
not
pay for a
gonna
gun.
rob.
They're the people whose group you want to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'd join up
Don't
with
go-
them. Yeah.
No.
Go toss
if
one
they say,
off.
if they say,
Alliances.
oh wait, you don't believe in global warming? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. We don't
Well,
want
yeah, if
none
they
of-
believe in global warming, I'd shoot them.
Well, they have the guns, Armand.
They've
all
got
right.
the guns.
Yeah. So.
All right, that's enough for doomsday. I got all kinds of shit, but it can go
Well,
on
I mean,
all
the-
day on that topic.
The doomsday the scenario, if we all knew an asteroid was coming, and that was the end of us all, what would you do? I
How
don't
much
know.
time do we got?
A week.
A week?
Yeah.
Well, I'm done going to work. I'm done doing this
Oh,
goddamn show.
yeah.
Celebrating in that regard.
Nah, we die in the studio, I think.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I want to die with my family.
Yeah.
Probably, you know.
We're your family.
What?
We're your family. Die in the
Well,
studio
you're
with
half right.
everybody.
Half of you
Luar
are
and all
my
the
family.
buddies, all our buddies. This is our family.
We need.
man.
Roughly
Ross?
50% of the people in this room are my
You
family.
said a week. I'm gonna need a pound of weed, minimum. Minimum.
You get ocho, man.
But
Go for a
let
drive.
me
A
ask you
week,
this:
though,
How
a
do you
week,
get a
though,
pound of
right?
weed with money that is worth nothing?
There's a week, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm getting a pound of weed.
killing somebody to get it. if
Well,
you have to, or-
we have everyone in the world has a week.
A
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a doomsday asteroid.
Here
It's
comes
all
the
over.
asteroid.
Yeah. Pharmacy knockoff. All the
money
Vicodin
is
they
worth
got.
nothing.
Yeah.
In a week. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
you could take with you. Everybody's
That's all right,
dying.
Deanna. I knew who you meant.
I don't know. What's your number 3?
Well, my number 3 is giants. You like giants, Armand?
Giants?
You know,
Giants?
big humanoid creatures, 6
Yeah.
fingers,
Why
red hair.
giants with you? What is
Second
it?
row
why,
of teeth.
Why have you always had this fascination with giants?
Because they're
That's
fucking
a weird one.
What?
Okay.
What do you mean? How's that weird? Like the Nephilim giants and the fucking mound builders. You know, I mean,
There were giants on the earth in those days.
I know that. 6'4", Genesis.
Huh. Okay.
What was
Yeah.
yours?
All
A
the
6'4"?
things, though, I don't know. I'm not that fascinated with giants.
What was
Genesis 6'4" was what he was just saying.
Yes.
There were men on the earth in those
Giants
days,
on the
old
earth.
men, men of wise, men of renown. Is that how it goes?
I thought it was there were giants on the earth in those days. Or whatever. Isn't that the quote?
Yeah, that's
Maybe
the
the
I
whole
beginning
think it's
of
the
it.
Bible. Yeah,
It's
you're
the
right.
beginning of it.
In the beginning, there were giants. Have you ever
Then
seen
came
that?
the Dodgers.
Did you ever see
I
that
hit
Noah
G,
movie?
The first thing that came up was Greta Thunberg.
Did you ever see that Noah movie with Russell Crowe? We may have talked about it.
Yeah, I saw. Actually, I was getting a pedicure and I saw it. It looked terrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
Rock monsters, all kinds of shit.
yeah. But now you do know that there were more than it wasn't. They didn't go on the ark by pairs.
This is from
Clean animals 7.
This is from the Hebrew Bible. Genesis 6:4 reads as follows.
Do you think that heebie-jeebies is a racial slur? Now that you think
I
about
don't
it.
think so. That just means you get the shakes, right?
Oh, like maybe they come from a person who was Hebrew and they had the shakes all the time. It's the heebie-jeebies.
Well, in that case,
Maybe that is
don't
racist when I say it that
yeah,
way.
I wouldn't say it.
Anyway, it reads as follows. The
Little
Nephilim
decorum.
were in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came unto earth, or came unto the daughters of men, and they bore the children to them. They were the men of mighty, the men of old, the men of renown.
You knew that pretty well. There you go.
There were
surprising.
giants on the earth in those days.
Yeah.
The Nephilim were in the earth in those days. That's
Oh,
the difference
oh.
between the Hebrew and the
Oh.
The
King
Nephilim were
James.
angels, though, I thought.
No, the Nephilim were the son of the children of God, and so like fallen angels came down, mated with women. The kids that they produced were the Nephilim giants.
Well, now I think every mythology has giants, right? Because
Yeah,
the
it's got
Greek is
Titans.
the Titans,
Yeah.
right?
So even further than that, see, that's exactly my point. So that's what I have here on the thing is, the Native Americans, every tribe of Native Americans, like the Cherokee, the Iroquois, they all had like a fucking tale, like a story of giants that were here
Well, that's what
before
I'm
they
saying.
got
Yeah,
here.
it's
It's constant. So that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like even around the world, in other places, like everywhere, how are they going to have the same story about a giant fucking humanoid figure?
yeah, but I think it's all the
Different
same
time
way.
periods,
Don't we
different
all dream about
geographical
flying? It's
locations.
the same thing, though.
I don't dream about flying.
I do.
I don't really dream about flying either.
I've
Yeah.
had dreams about
So,
flying around.
You're wrong.
So,
Anyway.
5:90
Dreams about
a.m.
being a giant. I think
I've never had dreams about. Well,
Here's an
I've had
article
a dream
from
about being a giant.
5:90 a.m. The Word, which I'm assuming is a religious station,
I would think.
saying it is plausible that Nephilim were partly both fallen angels and giants.
Huh.
So
Well, they're high
well, you can be both, sure.
why not? Why not be
because
both?
the giants were. That's not what it was. It was the fallen angels that had came down to earth and had sex with women.
So they're both angels and giants.
No. Because the
angel.
women weren't giants. They bore the women that had the kids. They birthed the giants.
I see.
I'm just you find that
So the giants were part Nephilim, or were part angel.
Yes.
So they're both angels and giants.
Nephilim is part angel. That's what.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was just saying.
Some people's fucking kids.
I'm not sure
man.
I like his choice.
Me either. Number
Yeah,
3 sucks.
No, look.
Doomsday's better.
Hey, fuck you guys, okay? Because
Giants aren't real.
this fucking you don't know that, all right?
Javen and Goliath.
You don't
blue.
fucking know that. Where'd the Cokia Mounds come from, huh?
That's right,
Huh?
Ross. That's
Cokia
what Ross
fucking
is
mounds?
right. Giants
Cokia-
are as real as climate change.
Cokia
That's right.
fucking Mounds or what?
It
You
has
ever
nothing
been
to do
there?
with giants. It's people
Who
burying
do
their
you think
dead.
build them? They call them the fucking mound builders. Giants are the mound builders. That's the fuck they are.
Objection. Fucking super speculation.
Okay, type in mound builders. Tell me what you get. Dickhead, you're gonna get giants.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'll show you.
All right, Armand. What's your number 2 or number 3? I don't know where
It's
we're.
number
at.
2, aliens.
Hold on. What was your number 3?
Doomsday. We had the same
I
one.
didn't have my number 3. Let me do my number 3. Since
Yours
that
was Doomsday too.
was my number 4.
Oh,
We got out of order here somewhere
Oh.
along the line.
all right, go ahead.
Mine would be AI. This is kind of a tie, like artificial intelligence, consciousness in general, and like the metaphysical mind. Like anything that's like the philosophy of what it is to be conscious, to be sentient, I find interesting. Like, can a computer become sentient? Can a mind exist without a body? Can you have extrasensory?
Can you
powers?
meld like Ray Kurzweil says, where like the singularity where men and computers are going to meld almost?
Sure.
Okay. Well, that's what I think is. I hope that's what happens because that's the only time. That's the only way we're going to get.
I don't think that's the
eternal
end of
life.
it. End all be all, though. I think we have the potential to eventually evolve beyond the need for.
Well, that's
corporeal
almost
form.
immortality then.
Yeah, but it's fake immortality. I see. I think because you still have to have something to maintain the system. If you've gone to
I don't think so. If your consciousness is in a computer,
someone's got to
do you
maintain
need
the
a
computer.
body?
Well, something has to maintain the computer. is my
True.
point. What I'm saying is, I think that's still not the end all be all of what humanity could be. We could evolve past the point of a need for a
What's
corporeal
next?
form, to be ethereal, almost like.
No, I don't know.
I hate to say
Yeah,
angelic or godlike, but think about it. Eventually, you can evolve past the need for a form and just have a consciousness.
Well, he's saying though
It's
you
way
could
down
you
the
could
line,
you could- if you have your consciousness like imprinted on all these nanobots and everything. There's
Sure.
millions of you fly. You know, you could theoretically fly around the universe and
Let me ask you this:
interesting.
the essence of what you are. I mean, sure, if you can copy like what the position of all your atoms in your brain are, but what if there's more to it than that? Just a
I'm
position.
not sure there is.
I'm not sure there is either.
Yeah.
But what if? What if there, like I said before, like the consciousness doesn't exist completely in your head, and that's a way out because there's no fucking any kind of proof or to show that consciousness doesn't.
You're a computer guy. There's only so many bits of information, right, in anything.
Right.
So I would think if you can duplicate all the bits of information in your body, that's you. I don't know if there's that ghost in the machine bullshit.
Yeah, but we don't know
Gilbert
how
Ryle?
we don't know how memories are exactly stored in our brain. We don't know.
Just because we don't know it doesn't mean that we can't.
That's my point.
We can't bioengineer it or whatever, reverse engineer.
Well, I mean, we would have to know it.
So
right?
what if the brain isn't like what you think? What if there isn't a storage thing there? What if?
Well, that's what you're saying. I don't think that's the case.
Well,
But yeah, well,
I don't know.
that's
You
then
think it
that's
works like a
You're unique,
computer,
and
it's a
that's the
hard
end of
drive?
it. You're dead. You're dead.
If it is the way you think it is.
Right.
Well,
Well,
so-
if you have a soul, or
That
whatever you
makes
want to
sense
call it.
because, like, they could fucking poke certain. They already know that certain parts of your brains do certain things.
Yeah,
you
they
know
can
what I mean?
elicit
So-
certain emotions just by.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like,
That's all it is.
So
They're
there-
maybe it's a
chemicals.
spot where there's a hard drive at.
There's definitely
it's
a
chemical,
mechanical.
that's-
Well, there's
yeah.
a likely mechanical, chemical
That's what I
parts
think.
of your brain.
Yeah.
But again, what if it is just a lens?
Well, then that's
We
it.
don't know. We
Then you
don't know
die
the
and you're
mechanics
dead.
of the brain. Well, all right.
I don't necessarily ascribe to that.
Let me ask you this: can it go the
Rene
opposite
Descartes
direction?
said that.
You're talking about the direction of human to machine. What could
Yeah.
you take an artificial intelligence and place it in a human body construct?
An embryo,
I hope so. That'd be great.
Why would
like
you
a
think that'd be
grown
cool?
human.
I think I'd rather go the other way around. You make a robot and you put your brain in it.
Well, obviously, but think about it though.
You can just
Okay, so
replace
what are you
parts
talk-
at that point, right? It's
Yeah,
more
that's
efficient, I think, to be a robot than to be a human.
But I think it's more likely that we're gonna have parts that we. I mean,
So
they're-
think about
they're already
like Data
making
from Star Trek.
livers and stuff.
like a
for lack of
board.
a better example, Data from
Alright.
Star Trek. Are you familiar with
Yeah.
that?
They grafted the skin on his arm.
Well, what if they could take his consciousness and actually put it in a real human brain? Make him actually human. Take a consciousness that was not born biologically.
Well, who was the
and
person whose
graft
brain
it.
it was?
It wasn't a
nobody.
brain. He had a positronic brain, completely computer.
Well,
Yeah.
So you're just building it. You're just building it.
Yeah, Data was completely android, completely mechanical. But what if you could take his consciousness, whatever that essence was, and implant it in a body of like an actual humanoid body?
Yeah.
To take a consciousness
about
that
that,
was
Armand?
created.
What about it? I don't care. What about it?
What about it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure that.
I find that interesting. So you're talking about the opposite of taking an organic consciousness and playing into a synthetic body. Take a synthetic consciousness and put it into an organic body.
I don't know why you do that.
Why not?
Why don't you just have it?
What about when the
how
robots
regular-
take over?
regular-
When they want that to be their eventuality?
Why
you
would they
think?
want to be human though? I'd rather just be a robot.
Oh, Data wanted to be human.
Is this
all the time.
would you rather be a robot that would live forever or be in?
I'd rather
you know,
be a
in
human that
this?
can live forever. I'd like to be
Yeah,
able to
well, that's
bleed.
what
I'd
I'm
like to be
saying.
able to feel.
I'd rather just be.
When the robot want to be able to bleed and feel?
If you just put
They
my
would. They're
consciousness
dumb,
into
though.
into a machine, I'd be okay with that. Because
Really?
everything that you
Yeah,
see,
no
touch,
dick, Armand.
Yeah, no
Of
more
course you
extra.
have a dick.
No,
Yeah,
you
you have
don't. You're a
simulated-
robot.
A
Yeah.
simulation of a dick. That's
Yeah,
just as good.
yeah, but no, it's not. The
And at my age,
simulation
it's
gets some
better.
shit wrong. The simulation gets some shit
All
wrong.
right,
So,
well,
so
when
this
you're
feeling,
56,
that
see how
feeling,
much you
in
get
your-
right.
And what if they don't
Dick's
completely
not working anyway.
What if they copy you over bit for bit? And like I said before, the flavor of you's gone. Now you're just a humorless version of
good.
yourself,
Yeah, no
You'd
shit.
love it.
or more humorless.
You would be
Yeah.
like,
that's
"How
my
dare
worst
you."
part is my
but
flavor.
you'd say it at the
Yeah.
wrong time, so it wouldn't
How
catch.
dare
You know what I mean? It wouldn't catch like.
Yeah,
How
I didn't
dare you? What you're ordering a banana? I don't know.
Global warming is real.
Oh my god!
Error.
I didn't think you'd ever utter those words.
Yeah, I know. There's something wrong. There's a
Sound clip.
glitch.
Clip
That's
it.
a sound clip.
There's a
Clip it.
there's a problem.
This just in. Armand Kachigi, known global warming basher, comes across
you
the
don't know
line.
the Star Trek, the original series, do you?
I'm not great
The one
at
with Nomad.
I'm not great at
Error.
Error.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
Kirk. It's one of the ones where Kirk talks to
That
the
was
robot
space
and killing
camp,
himself.
dude.
Huh?
That was space camp.
Max and Jinx are friends.
Error.
Did you ever
Well,
see
they
that
got
movie?
it from Nomad.
That was a good flick, wasn't it?
Not really.
Which one?
Space flick. No, yeah, not
Space
really.
Camp.
Space camp.
Tom
that's right.
Skerritt. Who
Oh,
else
yeah,
was it?
I saw
Kate
that.
Capshaw.
Yeah, I remember.
They
The
fuck-
kids went to
they
space
let the
camp.
fucking little
right.
kids go to space.
right.
Get real.
Joaquin
Yeah, well,
Phoenix
would you like
was
that
the main
better?
kid.
Really?
He was the main kid in that movie. yeah.
Oh yeah.
How about
Max.
Space Cowboys, where the old men went into space?
Oh, that was a good one.
That one I like
You talking about
better.
Armageddon?
No,
No,
with
no.
fucking Donald Sutherland,
Yeah,
Clint
they-
Eastwood.
Yeah, I
They
didn't
had to
watch
go
that.
repair a satellite or something. What was the deal with that?
Yeah,
Why'd
some
they
sort
say-
of because they
Bunch
were
of
the ones that
fucking
wrote the
weirdos.
software that was on it. It was
Anyway.
pretty dumb.
That's right, Troy.
All right, what-
Absolutely.
What's
Troy
your
is
number
correct.
2? What's he correct about?
Global warming is real. Nobody denies it. It happens naturally. Then it becomes global cooling. Absolutely. I'll
Uh,
go along with that.
Okay.
Perfect.
Number 2.
Aliens.
Numero dos,
Whatever.
Armand.
That's my number
extraterrestrial.
2.
What is it with you?
You fucking bunch of weirdos.
I don't know. I got.
What's yours?
I'm not-
Giant-eyed
I'm not
squids?
telling.
Yeah, let's do ours before we get to his.
Octopus. Everything's a fucking animal. with
How do
this
they
guy.
control all them legs?
Everything's not a fucking animal.
There's no
Government
such thing.
conspiracy
How
was
can
not an
something have
animal.
8 legs?
Fucking John, false flags is not an animal, Armand.
Dude, he got you good that time.
All right, go ahead. Impress me. What is your number 2?
Fucking
No,
unicorns.
we got to talk about aliens.
Fucking giraffes.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I was thinking about this earlier. Is the
See you later,
possibility
alligator,
if we
you
find
know?
simple life, like even like bacterial life, does that instantly make it possible that there's advanced life?
Yes.
I don't know.
I said that pretty quick, didn't I?
Yeah.
You know how I know?
Let me think about it.
Okay,
I'm
well, go
trying
ahead.
to ruminate over it. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
This was my thought from
Just
earlier.
because we evolved does that mean every other?
Well, that bacteria evolved somehow. It didn't just come out of
Given
nowhere.
enough
But maybe
time.
we may be unique about evolving. Maybe other bacteria just
Why would we be unique? If
We are not special, Armand.
so far. I don't know about that.
How do you know? Armand.
You never know about that, but I don't know.
We're made of the most
the more-
5 like common elements in the universe. Armand, Neil deGrasse Tyson
Yeah,
did
but-
this talk already.
Yeah, he's a crackpot
I'm with
jerk
him.
too.
Okay, but so
Yeah, don't bring him up.
you
That's
know
not
we're
good salesmanship.
special because we, like those 5 elements got formed together and made us. Like
No, but the circumstances in which this planet forming,
Uh-huh.
that's pretty damn special. It looks like.
how many
Almost
galaxies
unique.
were there?
All right, fine. I'm not saying
How many
but it's-
galaxies? It's
trillions,
a couple hundred billions. Oh, trillions. Okay, so how many inside each galaxy was there? How many star systems roughly? You know, what I mean?
hundreds of millions,
Hundreds of millions,
or hundreds of billions,
hundreds
rather.
of billions, and hundreds of trillions, and well, you get the fucking idea. We're special.
I'm not saying there's no life out there, but I'm not sure about intelligent life. That's
Well, there's fucking hardly any intelligent life here, Armand, on
Yeah.
this show.
true. Well, there's none on this show, but okay, that's only 3.
No, I mean, it depends on what you
You
base.
got trillions of bacteria
So
in your
look,
gut. None of them
so
think.
Look at it like this. So you think this is again from NDT. He said everything that separates us from a chimpanzee is 1% of DNA, right?
Yeah, what's your point?
They're our closest genetic
Yeah, but we're on the same
relation.
planet.
Correct. Okay, so what if you could go like just theoretically, if you go 1% higher than that from us to whatever that is. Now, do you think they consider us as intelligent? Would consider us as intelligent life? Do you think we're on their intelligent life scale, regardless of how intelligent we think we are?
I'm not sure what your point is. What are you trying to
I'm
say?
saying, so what you think is intelligent life, you can't judge what's intelligent just by how intelligent you are.
Sure, you can.
No, you can't.
It's the only way you can
Well,
judge it.
you said something about bacteria. I don't think anybody would consider that intelligent life.
When did I say bacteria?
Didn't he say something about bacteria?
I don't think so.
No,
All right.
not at all. No, I forgot what I was saying.
Well, let's ask you about this. The Fermi paradox. Why haven't we seen anyone or any other?
Just because they're too far away. I don't know.
You think that's
It's
it?
the same as the fucking ocean. You take a glass and you stick it in the ocean and you pull it up full of water and you say, no fucking sharks. Case closed. Because you're not taking a big enough sample. We can see this fucking much in front of our face.
Well, we can see the entirety of everything. But we've only really looked at, like you said,
Exactly.
very, very, very little
And
bit.
small
there may be
sample.
other universes too.
Well, there's a good
Multiverse.
possibility that most civilizations destroy themselves before they get to the technological level to where they
like
can
the
even
mega gargantuans, right?
make themselves known. What the fuck?
well,
are
they
you
named themselves before they found out they were small.
Oh,
Oh, from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
back to giants again.
Yeah.
Well,
Tiny
small
giants.
ones.
Yeah.
They're not giants, but anyway.
Not compared to most things. Giant is a relative term.
Yeah, but so is intelligence, obviously.
Yeah, no shit.
I just don't buy that aliens came to this planet,
At
abducted
all?
people and then brought them back, and yeah, I don't buy that.
Why would they bring them back? Is the
Yeah,
question.
that kind of shit. I don't buy that stuff.
Maybe they got like feeling. Like they're like they don't belong to us.
What do you think about? Well, I guess by that UFOs are they?
Are they real?
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
No, I just saw a big smoke monster.
Well, I thought that was the big thing.
Listen-
Isn't that Department of Defense guy say they're all that they're? Isn't that? Remember we were talking about that?
I don't think we're fucking interesting enough to visit. Honestly, we're a little water-filled planet
We
on
fight
the edge
with
of the
each other.
galaxy, with nothing really, as far as we know, special about our planet.
I don't know.
We're literally a trailer park in South
Yeah, but we-
Florida to them people.
Aren't you
That's
fascinated? Don't
literally
you?
it.
Have you ever looked at an ant farm? It's kind of interesting. I would think that
Yeah, to
an
throw it on the
advanced
ground and
race-
smash.
let's take a look at
Anthropological
these.
reasons.
Yeah, what's that? Just to see
Oh, yeah.
comparative.
So that's what the anal
organisms.
probing's about.
Yeah, that's what the
Well, I
animal
don't know
probes
if they.
for.
But, yeah,
They're
you would think-
anthropologists. Armand.
Anthropologists.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I can see
Poopological.
that maybe just for
Fucking
study.
poopological, duh.
You know about the Drake equation? You're familiar with the Drake equation?
Yeah, about the planets, and then how many stars there are, how many planets around the stars, et cetera, et cetera.
It's to help to put
in
a
the
number.
Goldilocks zone.
It's to help to put a number about how many advanced civilizations there should be in our
Right.
galaxy.
I mean,
And
quite
they
a few
say,
going by that.
you know,
It's fucking massive. Even at the most conservative estimates, there should be thousands of species or advanced civilizations in our galaxy.
In our galaxy.
In which case, if we haven't met, if they haven't visited us, or we haven't, I guess is light speed insurmountable? Is it just the distances? No matter
As far as we know, yeah, in
Yeah.
standard space,
Well, that's
light
what I'm
speed is
saying.
insurmountable.
Yeah.
But you know about the Albuquerque warp drive? Well, the warp, where they fold space.
It's not. That's
you
a
remember that? Well, I think-
acronym, right? The Albuquerque or
No,
whatever.
that's the guy's name. He's French.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So basically, they've come up with the equations to
Ooh la la.
expand
How
space
dare
in
you.
front of a craft and
Je t'aime.
contract space in front of a craft, basically allowing the craft to
Yes.
ride on a wave of expanding and
Yeah,
contracting
yeah, yeah. I
space.
saw the infographic.
Whereas they don't move faster than the speed of light, but space,
Technically,
which is not
space
restricted,
before them. Move,
Right.
Right. Whatever. Yeah.
which is pretty interesting. What else can move faster than the speed of light? Expansion of the universe, they say.
Correct. Yes.
So
That can move
But
faster.
I
than
think
the
it's
speed of
more.
light?
Don't you think it's
Really?
more likely though? There's a multiverse, and the aliens can actually traverse because they're theoretically right in front of you, just in a different plane or something.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. Extra dimensional beings, more or less.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know whatever.
The world between worlds.
Could you call them phased? Could you call them invisible? I mean, you could call them a million different things.
Ghosts.
You know what I mean?
Could you call them ghosts?
I mean, ghosts, for what we've seen, could be extra dimensional beings just checking in and fucking. Imagine there is like an advanced species that's extra dimensional, and they found our dimension and decided, fuck it. I'm
Maybe
just gonna
Let's
definitely.
fuck with
Maybe you go to a different
everybody. We'll
dimension
put
in
sheets
death.
on. We'll fucking be dickheads. It'll be great.
Yeah.
There-
that's
It wouldn't be
sense
funny
of
if
humor.
every ghost thing ever was like two fucking stoners from this extra dimension. Like, what are we doing tonight? Let's
And they
pick out
just-
some
They
rednecks.
literally caused a fucking culture shift.
They're also
in-
aliens.
Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously.
No, I mean like every the same guys. Every alien abduction you ever heard of.
It's
was
a YouTube
it's the
fucking
same
channel
ghost
for
guys.
their dimension.
Oh, it is.
Fucking with Earthlings.
You may have a movie there.
That'd be good.
No way.
What else we got
Bill
here?
and Ted's Extra Dimensional Adventure, starring Keanu Reeves. Who the hell?
Starring Eric and Everett.
Literally
yeah,
so
you too.
much.
Yeah, you too.
You could be Rufus.
take Ocho Man with you.
Armand, you could be Rufus.
I could talk for days about aliens. Kardashev scale, so much fun. Transpermia. You familiar with-
Transpermia is good stuff.
Transperm. You have to explain
Yeah.
that.
So like how Earth may have been initially seeded by
Mars.
Mars.
Oh,
Big
So,
asteroid
like-
hits, carries fucking genetic information, like
thought it was
organ.
comets.
Yeah, whatever.
Same difference.
Whatever.
amino acids.
There's a
and
lot of
everything.
different transpermia is
Yeah.
a far-reaching thing.
And then it's sperm what it
came up
means
with
by
that term?
sperm, Armand, is that
I
it
didn't know. I'm
it
not familiar with
injects that
term.
organic material into our
That
Earth.
is not it at all.
And
But then we'd all be trannies, right?
no,
it's
God,
transpermia.
no, that's not true.
Well, it's transpermia.
It's
You do what you want on your
transporting
own
a
time.
sperm.
Heterospermia.
It's transporting a sperm.
You do what you
Oh,
want. on your
all
own
right.
time,
I'm
Armand.
sorry.
God damn, Armand.
What's your favorite aliens in movies? You
Oh,
got
yeah,
it.
no,
Alien.
yeah. Ted's right from Chicago. It's panspermia.
Oh yeah, not trans.
That's what I thought. I never heard that term.
Shut up, Ted.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Ted.
Hey, I'm
Thank you.
Ted from Chicago.
They're smart
Uh,
up in Chicago.
fuck.
Smarter than we
My
are
name's
downstate.
Ted.
I'll tell you that.
I don't know, Ted. I like you. I just like your voice too.
Transpermia.
What about the
Like
aliens
I
from
could
Independence
imitate
Day?
you.
Those were some cool aliens.
I'm
Remember
gonna
that?
do Ted from Chicago
How
for
about
the
the
rest
ones
of the
from
show.
Starship Trooper?
Those
bugs?
fuckers were good.
The arachnids or whatever they called. What were they called?
Yeah, what were they? They blew them up.
What do you
real
mean?
good.
What were they called?
Shut the fuck up. And what were they
Now
called?
what's he doing?
He's doing Ted from Chicago now.
Oh,
He's stuck in it.
Ted's smarter than we are.
It's fair.
What were they called? They were called the
They were from
Arachnids, right?
Clandathu. Clandathu, wasn't it?
Yeah, Clandathu was the home planet.
Join up. Become a citizen.
Planet P. We're going back to P.
Did you know that was
I
a
like
big
the
like
alien.
satire thing? Like
Yeah.
the whole. Yeah.
Yeah, duh.
Okay. Good. Making sure you knew that. All the. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Who else was cool? Critters. You guys remember Critters? That was one of my favorite.
Yeah,
80s
Critters
aliens.
is good.
Remember
What was
that,
the
Armand?
deal with the quiet guy though? Like,
Charlie?
yeah,
I know he eventually became one of the critter hunters. Remember when the
yeah,
extra
yeah,
was?
yeah.
How about Invasion of the Body Snatchers? That was a good movie.
Ooh,
Those are good
Gremlins.
Gremlins?
Were they alien?
They weren't alien.
No, they weren't alien.
They
Are
were
you sure?
cryptids, though.
Oh, they were
I
cryptids.
just watched this schlocky movie called Planet of the Vampires.
We don't know.
I've
that
heard of
they,
that.
You ever
we
seen
don't
that?
know that they weren't alien. First off, we don't know where the Chinaman got them from.
Fair. They look like mammals, though.
We don't know
Then
that.
they turned
Which
reptilian.
one's this?
This is Gremlins.
Oh, Gremlins.
Gremlins.
They could have been alien, I guess. They did seem like they were
Technically.
mammalian at first with the Mogwai, but then the Mogwai
Reptilian.
turned reptilian into the gremlin.
Yeah.
That's definitely
All you had to
cryptid.
do is introduce 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. and
Predator.
there it was.
Alien.
So for weird though, sometime I wonder what happened if they switched time zones because it was after midnight, right? Like, what if they're on a fucking plane drinking a
They
glass
they
of water?
asked that, I think. In
Oh yeah,
some,
boom.
some movies made that point or something before. No, I think Billy in the movie actually said that, and they were like, "Shut the fuck up."
Really?
Maybe it was the kid in the movie. Corey Feldman, I think, asked something like that to Billy. I don't
No
know.
shit.
Yeah, I think so.
Huh.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I remember that one.
That's Frank.
Oh my God,
I didn't
Killer
come up with-
Clowns.
I didn't come up with that's Frank.
I remember it.
They put everybody in cotton candy. They were the fucking stupidest looking clowns ever. Giant features
Weird,
of everything.
dude. Weird fucking movie.
USA Up All Night type shit, man.
Yes.
USA Up All Night. Remember that Round the Shears?
Was that about, how about Queen of the Universe?
Gilbert
was that?
Godfrey.
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Never saw it.
Yeah, it's pretty schlocky. Or Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
No, man, you're
All
talking
right.
way too far back for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, you
What
gotta
about the Audrey 2? That's a great alien.
What is it?
Audrey 2?
That was from what movie was that?
Little Shop of Horror. Remember that movie, Little Shop of Horror?
Yeah.
Feed me, Seymour.
That's the one. Feed
I'm a
me.
big bad mother from outer space, and I'm bad.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, that song was good.
It's one of the movies that turned me on to musicals.
Steve
I don't
Martin
care.
getting higher than a fucking ladder over
The
there.
dentist. I'll be your dentist. How have you not seen that, Armand?
Oh,
Rick-
Steve Martin.
How have you not seen that?
Are you serious?
No,
Rick
I
Moranis?
haven't seen it.
What was the chick? Who was the chick? You know,
Audrey,
the
but I
soft
don't remember
voice,
her name. Yeah.
soft voice Audrey. Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Little Shop of Horror, man.
You sure you didn't get high at lunch, Armand, and that was just us, or what?
Yeah, were you in the car with us? I didn't see you.
God damn, man.
Armand, it's Ted from Chicago here. Get your fucking shit together.
I'll stick with Alien.
What's your number 2, Eric?
No singing.
My number 2 is God, and everything that brings and everything with it, Chico.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about it?
Is
All
there
of it,
such-
religion, the afterlife.
Seems like a pretty quick question. Is there a God?
And is there an all-powerful, being that
Kinda goes with life
manipulates
after death,
everything,
doesn't it, kinda?
destiny, all that?
Who was it? Arthur C. Clarke that said any civilization that is sufficiently more technologically advanced would appear to be a deity to
It'd be
us.
magic, I think.
Yeah.
No, it was any technology that seems
It's gonna be a god, right?
Would be mistaken
No,
for magic.
what was it? Scientific
find the
something
quote. Hold
can't
on.
you can't differentiate science from magic
Right.
when it's that advanced. Yeah,
Right, well, that's what he said.
it's something along those lines. Yeah, we're all hitting it, but nobody's getting it.
I'm gonna get it right here. Arthur C. Clarke quote: "Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." There you go. Armand nailed it. Fuck you, Armand. Now we kind of hit about this on the afterlife though, but what if there is a God that governs the afterlife? That's one thing we never like. That didn't pop into my mind at all while we were talking. Like
RJ
there's some
changed
sort
my
of deity
fucking
that's
name.
going, yes, you get to go to the good afterlife, or no, you get to go,
Right.
you're going to the bad afterlife.
So there is a heaven and hell. You think that?
That's what I'm saying. That's
Is
why.
there? I'm asking you.
if you think Christianity is the
Mister-
correct version of the
No,
afterlife,
I
and
mean
God.
I don't think so.
Eschatology?
Christianity is the same. Is the answer. I don't think there's any. None of them got it.
What
I
if
feel
what
like.
if it is like they said, and the word was originally given down to Moses and the other people, the Israelites or whoever, talked to fucking Abraham and
Well, if it is, it is. I'll be the first motherfucker on my knees begging for forgiveness in front of that
no.
big
I'm
son of
right
a
there
bitch.
with you.
Oh, no, you're a sea of fire, buddy.
Well, then then so fucking be it.
I'm probably
Take
I'll
me
be
down there
glad to
with all my-
cast you into it.
I'll be in good company. I can tell you that.
Oh boy, that would suck though. Ooh,
Jimi Hendrix is
That'd be-
down there.
Man, that'd be the worst.
Son of a bitch.
Ah,
I'd be the red from Shawshank in hell.
you're procuring certain items.
I'm known how to get it. I'm known to locate certain things here.
From time to time.
All right, well, get me a Rita Hayworth.
You want to know where
poster.
Hitler is? He's over here. Let's go.
Did I hit my? Okay.
That is not your mute button. That is the power switch.
But yeah,
for the,
so like
for
here, the
power
questions,
thing,
the
Armand.
implications of it, like if there was a God, if that's the case, the implications, and even in the implications if it's not the fucking case, all the people that have wasted their time, money, and lives, if that isn't the case, on
Wasted their times doing what?
going to fucking church, giving 10% of their money to the
Wasted
Lord,
time going to college.
anything, all of
What
that.
isn't a waste of time,
Yeah,
technically?
all of
life
that.
is a waste
What
of
I'm
time.
getting at is
You ain't kidding
the
me, it's depressing.
implications.
We're
on-
wasting everybody's time
the
right
im-
now.
So think about it. It has to exist exactly like God has to exist exactly like He does, as a fucking maybe. Because if it was proven,
I don't know why. He
one
has
way or
to.
the other.
Yeah, I'm not
Because
sure.
if if
Huh?
it was proven wrong, then obviously it's not gonna people are gonna be
What the
pissed.
fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I
if-
don't get it.
God has to exist right now to the world as He does, as a maybe, as a myth. Because we don't know, we can't prove it, right?
So you're
That's
saying
the
as soon
only
as
way
it's
he
the old,
can.
if you prove God is real, then it negates God being real.
Yeah, what do you need him for?
That was fucking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I think.
I've never even seen that.
Yeah,
So
well, it's a pretty common thing out on the internet.
okay, well that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that
You've
I'm
been on
making
Reddit
this
before, it's
up.
all
I'm
just
not
showing
saying
up
I'm
here.
making this up. I'm telling you why it's interesting to me.
I feel you.
Can I buy some pot from you?
Can buy some vowels.
Animal House?
Right.
You're not gonna get me on those, Armand.
Well, that's kind of what he's going into.
Pinto.
Donald Sutherland over here.
No, I'm saying.
God damn it! If I fry, we both fry, Billy.
Outbreak.
Yeah, Donald Sutherland. And
I don't have a problem. I really, as far as the Big Bang goes, I don't have a problem having God be creating the universe. It's just as plausible to me as everything from nothing.
And it is.
Right?
And it is. And that's
but
the thing.
It's the
It has
heaven and
to
hell
ex-
stuff.
I mean, there's
right?
gotta be a-
If you
has to
jerk off
exist.
too much, you go to hell. You have
Well,
sex
that's
before-
religion. That's the
Well,
bullshit
what
that
I'm saying.
man's put on it.
We're taking it to
Yeah,
too
that's
far
a-
the extreme.
I want the
there.
unleaded version.
Yeah, I don't
straight
have a
from
problem
the
with the
Lord.
Creator.
If that's the thing, yeah.
Yeah, that.
what if you go to a different level of hell depending on the number of times you masturbated?
Oh fuck! How many levels are there?
How many? Yeah. What's the limit?
I want to know who's
I'll
on my
see you
level.
there.
I want to know what fucked up people's on my level. You know
I'll be in
Ocho
good
Man
company.
screwed.
I'm
I know
weirdly
that.
down there with Andy Griffith and fucking some.
Wouldn't it be worse though if like you could see just
Jim
the level
Neighbors.
above you and below you, so like you could see the people who are better than you, and then the
The
motherfuckers
people
that was
above
worse than you.
drop right down on you because it's still a masturbating.
That would be cool,
madness.
though.
Just a
I'd
bunch
like
of
to be
dudes
in
jerking
heaven
off in
so I could
hell.
look down and see those pricks down in hell. That would be great. I'd laugh at them.
Then you would go to hell, Armand.
Yeah,
You'd no
probably.
longer be
They'd
worthy of
probably
heaven.
kick me out.
Armand's
Can't
over
rub
there.
it in.
He's throwing rocks across the border.
Hey, he's trying to dump
be
you
shitting
guys
on
want
him.
some water? You want some water, you pussies?
Yeah, dangle in front of them.
St. Peter just comes over, pushes.
Yeah, we don't think
I
you're
would.
right
I
for
would,
this
yeah.
heaven
We made a
stuff,
mistake.
Armand.
God is infallible normally.
Yeah. Usually,
Yeah.
there are
He
exceptions.
thinks he may have fucked up on this one,
Oh,
though.
I'd love that. That'd be the best part of being in heaven. Watch those-
You'd be happy because you're the only person who ever made God wrong.
Only one in this studio that got there.
He'd go down there and say,
Great.
"What, fucking Satan? I proved him wrong. You did a shit job." You know?
You're down
In
there
fact,
trying
you
to
try
take over hell.
take your stake of fucking hell. Exactly right.
Satan didn't know how to run this place. I'll run this place.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Global warming my ass.
I'd start global warming.
Hell isn't getting any warmer. Hell gets hotter and colder as
Right,
seasons
it goes in
progress.
cycles.
Hell warming is a myth.
It's just the orbit.
God's like, St. Peter, crank the fucking
a
furnace up just a little bit. We got to show this smart ass what we're doing here.
It's a Milankovitch cycle in hell.
Indeed.
All right, well, number one. You already got number one for me. Don't start me.
Global warming. What is your problem with global warming? You think it's honestly just you don't think man has any
Here's
it's not that the world isn't heating. That's an obvious thing. You don't think that man has had any
Correct.
effect on the
No,
level
I don't think
of-
carbon dioxide has had any effect.
Okay.
carbon
Fuck
dioxide-
the chemical.
What
do you think
that's
any
what it's all based on.
Okay, well that theory.
Wait a minute. Here's the notion that sunlight can hit the
Earth, reflect
Earth,
and be kept
reflect
in.
and be kept in is bullshit because
It's not the light
First
that's
look-
kept in, it's the heat that
that's
is
right.
generated.
Exactly. But it cannot that's cool. The atmosphere, you'll agree, is cooler than the planet, right? The surface.
Yes.
Then that violates the second law of thermodynamics. You cannot heat something from something that's cooler.
It's not heat, it's radiative healing. It's not you're not heating it from the air.
Yeah, but you're saying it's maintaining the heat. It does not do that.
Your Earth does not maintain its heat from the sun. The Earth is heated generally from in its core. It's not
To a certain extent, but
the Earth doesn't even radiate heat for the most part. It's almost impossible to radiate heat into space. There's nothing to conduct the heat into.
Yeah, it's a vacuum.
Right.
But well, then where does the heat go?
Ooh, you got me there, Armand.
Well,
Oh, you crazy son of a bitch. Now I'm on your side.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's got to
Well-
go somewhere. It does radiate.
Well, maybe it
It
just
goes back into space.
there
It
is a certain amount of radiation that is known.
Look at the moon. The side of the moon
I can't see it from here. But
the side of the moon that faces the sun. What's the temperature?
same as the other side. I would
No, it
assume.
isn't. It's like 200 degrees.
Well, I'm talking about on average.
Right. Well, the other side is like 170 degrees below. But
Oh,
the
you mean
side
like
facing
at the time? I thought you
Yeah,
just meant
the
like
sun-
dark
the-
or the far side of the
no,
moon.
the
in
moon
general.
that's facing the sun at any given time is over a couple hundred degrees Celsius.
That makes good sense.
Well, where's that heat go? It's radiating back into space.
Look, Armand, we don't like when you ask
not that the heat
questions
goes
that
away.
we don't know the answer.
Here's the problem I have. Okay, whether you believe it or not. Okay,
Okay, let's
all
hear
right.
it.
Let's say you believe in God, right?
No.
Whether you believe in
Okay, yeah,
I don't-
sure.
You don't. Okay, you don't. I don't care. That doesn't hurt me. The problem with global warming is we're spending $1 trillion a year, which we could be using to fight cancer, to clean the oceans, to provide people in Africa with clean water.
Of the angel.
And you're worried about military money. That's a
Yeah.
pittance compared to what we spend on this stupid global warming.
I sincerely doubt that.
Yeah, you think so, huh, Armand?
Well,
Why don't you look up the
globally,
2019 defense budget?
Well, I'll tell you what it is. I know what it is.
What is it?
Well, it's 16% of the budget. So
Which
what
is?
about $700 billion.
That's
we spend more on
damn,
global
that was
warming.
really good.
We spend more on global warming.
Well, we should.
around the world.
Well, we should.
Well, no, we shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's
See,
wasted.
here's the
And we
problem.
should get all of our
Eric,
global warming money from you.
Here's the problem. He's spouting off all this shit, and we're giving the answer of, I don't know enough about global warming to dispute that, so I can't.
That's true. If there was
Whether
an
it's-
expert here, he'd be fucked.
Yeah, but whether it's
It's
true
true,
or
too.
not, is it worth spending $1 trillion?
whether it's true
Okay,
or not.
Are they solving the problem?
Listen, I don't give a fuck if we're global warming or not. Is this money being spent correctly?
Right.
Is this problem? Well, that's fine. Why don't you say that?
Well, if
Yeah,
it's-
we're making steps here. So this is what they call in therapy, Armand, a breakthrough right here.
this
So
what-
it's not global warming that you're so much against. Because it's like not that global warming could even be false. Because you're not. You
Here's
have a
my
problem with
premise.
that.
No,
the
w-
problem
no,
is
Got him.
how the fuck are they spending my money?
what do you mean my money? Everybody's money. That's the problem.
But mostly just
That is-
your money.
That's a hell of a big problem.
He's the
Yes.
champion of the people.
Oh,
Just a few minutes ago,
Robin Hood
you
here,
were ranting
right?
about
Robin Hood.
You
He's
were
a climate
ranting about
Robin
the
Hood.
defense budget.
Yes, of course.
Okay. I'm telling you, we waste more money on global warming
Okay.
than the defense budget, and you don't get pissed off about that. That's well spent.
No, not at all.
Well, you're nuts.
Well, that's true too.
We all have our,
And then?
our little
Is
hypocrisies.
this, let
No,
me
I
ask you
did.
this. Let me ask you this. Is this
No,
money
I
we're
did.
spending on global warming solving the problem? Or just we need more research?
Hey, you're asking the wrong idiot.
Yeah, right.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll ask your this
Oh,
idiot.
no, that's another wrong idiot.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm
two
saying.
Total wrong
I
idiots
just said a
on
minute ago, we don't know enough about it to dispute you.
So we got to
have
spend some more money.
No, we
No,
have to
we
pretty
don't.
much say
Yeah,
you're
Surreal
right.
Talk has to spend some money. Get a
Sure.
goddamn expert on here to show you what's boss.
I like it. Let's get some money.
So you can hit
How
us
do
on
we
our
do that?
Patreon to get fucking an expert on here to fuck Armand
Well,
all the way up.
I don't care what global
3%
warming
of all
expert,
Patreon funds will
quote,
go to this.
expert you get on this show. If he knows anything about economics, it's wasted fucking
But here's the
money.
question: can you debate a guy that knows his shit without getting aggressive?
No, I
No.
beat the shit
okay,
out of
okay,
him
so then it's null and void. Then it doesn't matter.
because I know I'm right. I don't need to hear some
But you-
nutcase like
but-
DeGrasse.
Troy says, look at those weak arguments. If there's an expert here, you'd be fucked. Well, is he wrong? That's not a weak argument. That's a completely good point.
Right? No shit.
I have an opinion that if there was an expert here who wasn't these two idiots, me and you,
no expert.
are you the you're the expert we have, not the expert we need.
All I know, I've taken I've taken college physics, and I know the
Fucking
second law of
doc, man.
thermodynamics, and that's bullshit.
Hey man, I wrote the second law.
I don't care what the guy is, a climatologist or whatever. I don't care. That's basic physics.
climatologist,
That's like saying you drop a hammer and it goes up. So don't try to convince me about global warming.
All right,
because
I'm
of CO2.
sorry. You're right. I'm wrong.
And
I'm short, I'm
like I
tall.
said, even if you believe in it, is the $1 trillion we spend a year on it solving the problem? No, it's just making a bunch of other people like Al Gore rich.
Yeah, I hate the whole.
And I hate that.
I hate the whole
Right.
climate change for profit thing. I'm not
That's
gonna
what
lie
it
to you there.
is. That's what it is. It's a boondoggle.
Yeah, the
If they
climate
say-
change for profit. That's bullshit.
If they said to me,
And
look,
is Greta like a pawn of these climate change for profit
How
people?
dare
Probably.
you.
I wouldn't
Probably.
even call her a pawn. A
I'm
checker.
not-
She's a
see,
checker.
She's a
I still-
champion to the cause.
She's a Chinese checker marble.
I'm kind of like halfway on Armand's camp that I do kind of. I'm against all the, like I said, the global warming for profit, using it as a way,
That's
like.
all it is.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I just because they do that doesn't mean it's not happening.
hang on.
Okay, so it's
there you go.
happening.
So
Okay,
you're
stop
saying,
spending money
so you're
on it.
saying that's all it is a propaganda campaign to steal tax money. That's literally all that global warming is.
I'm saying that all the money spent on it is not solving anything. So why are we spending money on it? Whether it's true or not, that money is wasted.
Okay, so that's it though. So then
That's-
you can
that's
no
what I
longer
object to.
claim that you hate global warming. You just have to
don't
claim
hate
from
anything.
now on that you do not agree with the
don't believe-
spending that they spend on global warming. That's the issue.
No,
because that's
that's
the issue.
simplifying it.
It's not.
I
It's
don't
not
think
saying
it's
global
real.
warming's a
It's not
hoax.
real.
You're not saying global warming's a hoax. You already
It is a
said
hoax.
that. You said
Of
it
course it
doesn't
is.
matter if it's a hoax or not.
Yes, and that's my second point. But even if it isn't, it doesn't matter. You still wait. All I'm saying is the reason it pisses me off so much is there are a lot of hoaxes. I could give a shit.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
I
what's
don't
the
care.
difference between that
this
and the military
hoax costs
budget?
$1 trillion.
I mean, to you, what's the difference between that and the military budget? And then you add $300 billion.
I think for the military budget we do get something. At least
Like
some,
what?
At least people get some jobs.
Oh. You don't think them scientists?
think we need a military
The
at all?
98% of climate scientists that agree don't have jobs. I mean, they got jobs.
Exactly.
They
Couldn't
got
you argue?
jobs.
Couldn't you argue that if you didn't spend that money on the military, you could also use it to spend money on job
global
making
warming?
or
Yeah,
job making
warming,
for global
sure.
warming?
$2 trillion.
What
You
Yeah.
got to spend it on something.
Now, do you think the world would be a better place if the United States had no military? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, God.
That's
At
what
least
I'm
not my
saying.
world.
That's what they're supposed to do. Unfortunately, I
Our
wish.
military is what keeps us the richest in the world.
Right.
I mean,
Well, that's why I wish we didn't need a military. Absolutely.
Yeah, well,
sure. It'd be
always.
much better spent on other things. But when you got, enemies perceived and real, and believe me, I know a lot of it's bullshit.
Uh-huh.
The whole Cold War was bullshit.
Well, yeah.
Right. No, you know me in government. I think they're the worst.
Yeah. Oh, agreed.
Okay. And I don't mind your ranting against that. I say, well, if you're a pacifist, you say we're better off without the military. You might have a point.
I'm not a pacifist.
I'll entertain that theory, though. But to throw away $1 trillion a year, theoretically, on a problem that doesn't exist, and you're not solving it anyway, when you could be sending people to college.
Well, listen, hang on. Have we not had these EPA regulations in place, and the money that we spent on it? The air quality is better in a lot of places because of the pollution and the differences that people have to follow for
Well,
the.
no, we're
there's
not
definitely been
spending,
some improvements.
Exactly.
we're not
So-
spending money
so
on
maybe,
that.
Maybe
The corporations are spending money on the EPA.
good.
makes
That's included in your $1 trillion, I assume.
no,
Correct.
They just pass that on to us.
Oh, the corporations
You're
do. So
right.
yeah,
They just
that's not
jack up your
included.
rates.
Your $1 trillion.
We pay that.
So you're saying that the government spends $1 trillion a year.
The national, right? The UN and all these, all the
Oh,
all the whole world.
Now we're getting
EU,
the world
us,
spends $1 trillion.
We spend, I don't know how many billion, but the EU
Okay,
spends,
so now we're
Right.
getting down to it. So the 600 and 700 million or 700 billion that we spend on defense
Right.
is far exceeding whatever
Right.
we're spending on global
Sure.
warming. We as a
That doesn't-
country.
But that doesn't make it good.
Okay, I just want
Here's
you
what we
know
need to
that
figure out.
Your trillion
Sitting here
doesn't
listening
equal
to you guys.
700 billion.
Why don't we
Got
just
it.
figure out what is an
Waste
acceptable amount of our money for them to take and
To
waste?
waste. 300,
Exactly, to
300,
waste.
300 billion.
Whatever they want to waste it on, I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, they
You're
waste
going to
theirs.
waste it on something.
Hookers, cocaine. I don't give
You're
a
going to
fuck.
waste it. That's
They're
your
gonna waste it.
discretionary waste tax fund.
I'd rather
That's
spend
pretty
it-
much how I live my
Honestly-
life.
And honestly, if you think
Already,
about it,
you
Armand,
know?
me and you both, we could really, they probably could do something that could piss us off way fucking more with that
Oh,
trillion
the government,
dollars.
believe me, the
You know what I
government,
mean?
the
'Cause
government
there's
wastes a
something
hell of a lot more than $1 trillion.
Right, is there
But
something
this
more
really
that you
gets me
think-
crazy. This is an out-and-out hoax.
Right. Okay. Well, so what if it was even worse and in your face like that? Like if you don't wear T-shirts, you'll die of cancer.
Oh, fuck.
Here, sell these T-shirts. You got to
Oh,
buy a
man.
T-shirt
That's
right now.
It's just plausible to me.
We're all good.
What I'm
Doesn't
saying
matter.
is, what if it was? If you don't go see a fucking so you're a foot doctor. Just imagine it was something that was totally contrary to what you just every time.
Right. And
Would
then
that hurt?
what?
Would that
There's
get
nothing
you
that can
more
piss them off
riled
more than this.
than global warming?
If it was an out-and-out hoax and the countries of the world
Yeah.
wasted $1
Yeah.
trillion
What if it was-
on
what if it was a
There-
forced-
It's
yeah,
this,
it would drive
this
me nuts.
obvious of a hoax. They're going,
Right, it would
buy
drive
the
me-
shirt.
I got you. What if we
You
lived
know,
in a
fuck,
religious
I'd
state?
Yeah, I'd be pissed off about that too.
What if we lived in a religious state and it was a forced tithing?
Right, that would piss me off.
That would
Give your money to God.
That's it. That's worse. There
Okay?
it is. I'm
I don't know if
against
it's
that.
worse. It's not
Nope,
better. It's
nope,
not worse.
Nope. Worse.
It's just as bad.
Nope.
It's up there. I mean,
Fucking worse.
like I said,
Waste is waste. How can it be worse?
that's my point. I kind of live in that feeling right now. I
No,
don't care
it's
how
worse.
you waste it. You're not going to make me mad because I know you're wasting it. What you waste on, I don't care. I don't get a choice. Whatever.
See, I don't know. That
You need
pisses
to get
me
to
off.
that point, sir. You need to get to the point where you know they're wasting your money. If it's not global warming, it's fucking research on the fucking
So what? I
penguins
just
of
got to look at
fucking
the
Montessori
government like a
Island.
But the
fucking
problem with that
ex-wife.
is-
You know, you're just going to take the fucking money, waste it, do whatever the fuck you want,
Huh.
and then it's like it's gone.
Yeah,
It's
but the
nothing.
problem with that is, and I guess I'll expand it even further, that you're basically doing it, and you're basically profaning science by doing this.
Are you?
Yeah, like Medicare. Like
You
100
standing on
we-
top of your principles that hard?
We waste $110 billion every year on Medicare, just fraudulent billing. Okay, I'm a doctor.
It can make it worse.
Okay.
Chastity for sure. Environmental.
Okay, that pisses people off, sure, because people are ripping off the system, and
Yeah.
people do it all the time.
Sure.
And it should piss you off.
Sure.
Okay.
I do.
But
too.
they're not doing it under the guise of being scientists.
Oh.
And we're doing it because we have to do it because
Yeah,
to
that's
save
kind of
the
that whole.
planet.
That's kind of that whole
That's
thing I got into
bullshit.
with the guy on Twitter the other day too. Like the guy that fucking supposedly the flat Earth dude that
Okay.
went up and his rocket fucking crashed. Okay, so
Right, right.
allegedly he wasn't a flat Earther. He just went there to get funds. He went
And
to-
flat Earth is attached to
Yeah.
it for the fucking.
because of that, and that's
Yeah.
what I said. Well, then he's fucking worse than a flat Earther then, because
you
at
see that
least the
guy?
flat Earth people fucking believe in the shit, and this
Did you see
guy's
the
just
video?
there to
He's
hoax
not
some
a flat
fucking
earther?
funds.
He wasn't-
Apparently, some people say he was not a flat Earther at all. He just was there to secure funds from the flat Earth people to shoot his fucking rocket.
But that's okay with me as long as you're not taking in taxes and
Well-
taking it from the government.
Oh yeah, it's free country.
I don't
Build
give a shit
rocket
who
and
gives
shoot
him
it up.
money. Just like the
Right,
Moonies.
right,
I don't
right.
care if they
But
take money
personally,
for
is
religion.
is a poser worse than someone that actually believes in it? Is a poser for money worse than someone that actually believes in something? Now, say you don't believe in it at all, but you got two separate groups of people.
A hypocrite's always usually worse.
I don't like
Hypocrite. There it is.
Right. I don't know if it's no. I'd admire a hypocrite more. I mean, like
Really?
L. Ron Hubbard. I don't have
Yeah.
a problem with him at all. He
Well,
said it out
he wasn't
loud.
really hypocritical.
That's
He's
dead. Yeah.
cool.
He was
but
right
took
out
it from
front.
people. He didn't
Yeah.
take it from the government. He didn't go to President.
So a cult's
Eisenhower.
okay.
Yeah, fine. If you want to join a cult, that's up.
No,
you
no.
want
What if you want
voluntary.
to start a cult?
I've got a good friend of mine that
Can
is
I start a cult? Is that
sure,
legal?
go ahead. Who cares?
It's a religion.
What if I
sir.
call it a cult?
Well,
and
then you're
say-
just weird.
Who
I'm-
cares?
You just stop
and you're
yourself from
money.
getting any kind of
Anybody
tax break.
Anybody want to join? Any of our listeners want to join Eric's cult? Send him $1,000
The cult of
and
Team
you're a
Eric?
member.
It's already
Team
happened.
Eric. There you go. I don't have a problem with that at all. No problem at all. But when you say, and you tell the government and you take funds from people and you've got look at what they've done in Spain and Germany. They pay 4 times what we pay for energy. People
Sure.
are starving. People are freezing to death and starving to death because they can't pay their energy bills.
I've not heard of this.
That,
I mean, I know they gotta pay more, but I've
Oh,
not-
yeah, check it out in England.
People
All right,
are
I'll show
starving
it
to
to you.
Well, they're starving to death. They're freezing to death. They're freezing to death because they can't pay their bills, so they
Right.
keep their fucking heat so low that they're
In
80
England,
and 90
yeah.
years old. They fucking
Heat
freeze
doesn't
to
kill
death.
people.
Man.
Cold kills people.
Well, heat
No,
kills you
heat-
too.
heat
He
kills
can
you.
yeah,
definitely
but
kill
the
you.
cold is like 10 times what the heat.
Well, but
you
that
know.
doesn't mean it doesn't kill you though.
Very rarely.
Well, technically I'm right. So, and technically is what the best kind.
That's kind of right. He's got you
That's
there.
stupid.
No,
Yeah.
technically right is the best.
Go
kind of
join
right.
your cult.
All right, Eric. Heads or tails?
For what?
Who gets the number one first?
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
If you call it, you're next.
All right.
wait, let me
Tails.
try. Let me try to guess. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Heads or tails? So that's
What
the
your
point.
number one is.
Oh yeah, after he does his heads or tails. You're supposed to. What'd you say it was, Eric? Heads.
I don't fucking remember what I said, but it's on tails.
He doesn't remember.
Hey, Chad will remember. Hey, what did I say first?
They're gonna lie. Just flip it again.
What happened to our feed?
I don't know.
I'm not being fed anymore.
I must have hit a button on the remote.
All right.
I'll just go ahead. My number
Wait,
one.
No, don't. I want to guess.
He wants to guess what mine is.
Oh.
You know his
I'd-
is.
Do I?
He said it a minute ago.
Did he? I wasn't listening to
You
him.
burn out.
I was in
God
mid
damn
rant.
it.
You fucking burn out.
I would say 9/11.
For Eric, yeah. Yeah, that's Eric's.
Okay. You?
Yeah.
Yours isn't 9/11, huh? Kennedy?
It is not Kennedy.
Huh. What do you think?
He knows that's not
Oh,
fair.
you know it?
I know his.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
What haven't we talked about?
What have we not talked about? There's not time to talk
Well,
about everything.
All right,
There's
whatever.
no-
What is-
she fucking homo? Jesus. Did you hear what he said?
No.
There's not time to talk about everything. There's not enough time.
Oh.
Time
Oh,
travel.
It's everything.
I like talking about time. It's a weird fucking subject to talk about.
That's an interesting
It's a
concept.
construct, Almond, that's
Yeah.
made up by us.
Like going into like time travel?
time travel.
Time travel, time loops. How does time work?
Time paradoxes.
Anything about time.
Time
I think
stopwatches.
he's right. Unicorns
Alarm
are more,
clocks.
more interesting.
Think time travel's possible?
Clocks on the wall.
Yeah. Well, we know it is.
Well,
Time of day.
calm the fuck down.
Yeah, yeah. What is this with him?
I don't know what his
He can
problem
never
is.
stop.
Time travel right now, we're time traveling, technically.
Yeah.
And what you're talking about is the same type of time travel, more or less. Going into the future by experiencing time in one way. Now, you're
Right.
talking about dilating time to where we'd experience a person in a certain
Yeah.
frame of reference would experience it a different person. What I'm talking about is, for instance,
What
time travel
about-
to the past.
What about Baby Yoda's stuff like that? For instance, that experience time differently because that species, like Yoda's, ages differently. Even
Hold
in
on,
ours.
we'll get. You're talking about perception of time.
No,
like
it's
how time-
dilation, right? I mean,
No, it's not dilation at all.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's possible. Yes.
I think time travel backwards.
Yes, I
There's
do.
nothing in science that really shows it's possible. Other than like say a wormhole would be the only way to do it.
if theoretically,
haven't even
if theoretically
proven.
you could go faster than the speed of light, you would probably go back.
That's
in
one
time.
thing they say, that you would have infinite mass and zero length is what they say, but
Correct, but theoretically,
it's
if you-
impossible.
I don't know,
But
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I hope it is. But would that to be able to go backwards in time introduces paradoxes? Do
Yeah.
you believe?
not if there's a multiverse though. That's
not,
the thing.
Well, not if. Well, see,
you
then
change the multiverse.
then you're not technically time traveling, are you?
All right. Well,
You're-
time and dimension. So what? Okay.
Well, that's fair.
Space time.
But is it
Space-time,
As soon
there
as
it
as soon as you flop to another dimension, I would say the fourth dimension of time is no longer relevant to you.
Yeah, I agree. As soon as you can,
You
time
don't have a
travel,
frame. You don't have a
time.
you frame of reference in that universe.
Yeah.
Well, maybe when you hop dimensions, you automatically are going there. The dimensions are not only like the same time, and we don't.
You would
know,
go to a fourth dimension over there, but that fourth fourth dimension in our universe to where it's our frame of reference is different than if you're going to a different universe.
Yeah.
That T over there is not equal to our T, so to speak. It's two different paths. So it's not time travel. It is just a
But if
point
you go
on a
back
line.
in a different
Interdimensional travel is not the same as time
Well-
travel.
Well, maybe.
Or is time travel is interdimensional?
Well,
though?
here's the thing though. If there's an infinite number of dimensions, one of these dimensions is like 10 seconds ago, right?
Well, technically, if there's an infinite number of dimensions, there's an infinite number of dimensions that was 10 seconds ago.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
There's always an everything at all times.
Yeah.
That's the thing about infinity. People have trouble wrapping their brain around
But there's
infinity,
also the theory that the time is like a loaf of bread, all the time that's ever been, and we're just a slice moving along, and maybe you
Hey,
can go back.
Ted just ended the show for us. The biggest conspiracy that encompasses all of them, which would render all these other conspiracies irrelevant, is the simulation. If this is a simulation, all the other things such as ghosts, aliens, time travel, 9/11, all that shit does not fucking matter.
It's just parts of the program. yeah.
Thelma Todd's murder was a bigger.
Hey,
that's-
Ted from
that's a
Chicago
bigger
said, "Go
mystery."
fuck yourself, Armand."
Thanks, Ted.
He didn't say that. I made
All
that up.
right. Well,
I meant to talk
I
a little
take
bit
it
about
from Ted 'cause
simulation
he's pretty
theory
bright. He's
in
pretty
the-
smart.
In the consciousness AI area, I wanted to talk a little
That's
bit
an
about.
honorable mention.
Was it for you?
No, I think so. I don't know.
No, simulation theory was definitely
So
part
none
of
of
my
us
consciousness.
put 9/11.
No, that's Eric's number one. but-
Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna say. All right.
Oh wait,
I don't
Ted
know.
did say that.
You did say fuck you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
for
Ted.
sure. Yeah, my number one's definitely 9/11.
I don't know.
9/11 is pretty fucking interesting. You weren't here to do the show with us.
No, Armand, we got. So this year's the what?
Listen, I've heard
20th?
Nick go.
No,
no.
19th.
Next
For 3
year's-
years, he was talking about 9/11. I heard him talking about it.
Next year we'll do a super show for it.
Yeah, So 2020.
I was here. Wasn't
You
Nick
wasn't-
here?
No, you
No,
weren't
we
here
Nick
on the
was Kennedy,
9/11
right?
Show, man.
And Nick was
no,
not Kennedy either, was he?
No.
What
You weren't
show-
involved in either
Alex
of those
was
shows.
those.
Yeah.
Alex was here for those.
Oh, Alex was okay. What's his?
Listen, pal.
what does he
There was
say?
a time before the show, way before you. There's
No, there wasn't.
There's 3 years.
BA
2
and
years.
AA before Armand and after Armand, and there was a lot of
Yeah, it's
BA.
like before the Battle of
Common
Yavin.
Armand.
BBY and ABY.
An Anno Domini
Yeah.
after God.
Yes.
That's me. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe I'm God.
And
ever think of that?
the nominee.
Armand, it's the implications about 9/11. Like, what if it
Fuck
is?
the implications about whether the government's
Yeah.
involved. Let's go straight out and say that a plane didn't hit the Pentagon. There's no evidence we've ever been shown that makes it look like a
and
real plane hit the
what was the
Pentagon.
theory? The government did it.
Or agents acting in the government, not
Yeah.
the government itself. Because it's never the government did it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's a big fucking blanket
what, like,
statement.
who?
though.
The CIA? Who?
Agents in the CIA. Again, it can't
Could
be
have
the
been a rogue
CIA.
operation.
Because
Yeah.
if it's the CIA that did it, now you're talking Civil War. Because to directly say the CIA came out and it was their plan, that isn't a direct attack on this country.
Yeah, even if there was national intelligence that
It's
said
agents
that,
within the
they
CIA
couldn't say that.
acting without, outside of their power more.
Yeah,
or
their
less.
scope.
Have you guys ever gone on Wikipedia and looked at that?
Oh, yeah, plenty
like,
of times.
Okay, and read
Just the
about
other day.
debunking all these conspiracies about that though? That's
Yeah,
pretty
you know who it was
convincing.
written by? Bunch of assholes.
Hey,
Wow,
hey,
that sounds
you know what's
convincing to
convincing?
me.
Here, I'll speak your fucking language.
All
Donald Rumsfeld came out on 9/10, right, the day before 9/11.
Correct.
You
yes.
get that? You still following me? Okay, so he
What
was
time?
$2.3 trillion missing from the defense budget.
Yeah, but that was the Pentagon, right? Supposedly.
Right. Well, you know where the goddamn plane hit the Pentagon at?
Exactly
in
in
a
that
budget
office.
analyst's office where they were solving that their
Hold it,
fucking crime,
hold it.
Armand.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with the so the Twin Towers just a cover up for that?
No, I'm just saying, what a
That's what I'm
fucking
saying. That doesn't make
coincidence.
sense. I would
Maybe
say
the
so.
Twin Towers were like, let's take advantage of this situation because we're going to fucking, cover this up. Yeah,
You
why
still got to
not?
so you're using terrorists, you're using Osama, you're using all these other people. You got to let them have a little bit to get your means done. You know
I'm
what
not
I mean?
saying it's
Yeah,
out
I mean,
of the realm of
to
possibility.
Sell
I just
to
don't.
sell the fucking
Who knows?
big
Maybe they
overall
piggybacked on it.
9/11.
Maybe they
Boy, that
piggybacked on
sounds-
it.
You
and-
think the Bush and Rumsfeld were smart enough to do all that?
No.
No,
I don't
God,
either.
no.
I don't either.
Have you seen Bush try to put on a parka?
Do you
Well,
think,
that's what I'm
Do you
saying.
think the man that runs the country is the
Right.
smartest man in the government?
No, but to
Not
pull
a
that
fucking
off, whoever
prayer.
pulled that off, if that's what they're
How dare
doing, is a
you.
genius.
How dare you is right.
Hey.
How dare you?
You stole my accent.
You're not allowed to do that today.
Yeah,
have some
that's-
fucking
yeah,
respect,
but I didn't
Armand.
say. I didn't say her
Have
youth.
some
I didn't
respect.
say her
God,
youth.
some people's kids.
This guy.
man, her
Every
fucking
fucking
grandpa
week,
just
man.
died, Armand.
Hey, I know.
Jesus.
Come on, a little respect.
How dare you?
That's what we're trying to get out of you, but it's impossible, you savage.
But you know what I mean, Armand? So, like, it's just saying we don't know. What the official story that they said is bullshit.
I think that as far as that goes, I don't know if you're going to buy that
The
one.
fucking
the
coroner-
moon landing.
the
None of
coroner-
us picked the moon landing.
The coroner in that field in Pennsylvania, where in '93, where the people took the plane down,
Yeah.
he's quoted as saying he never saw a single drop of blood, a single body, nothing that looked like airplane wreckage. It looked like trucks came up and back to recycling, like just
How about all
fucking
these
trash.
relatives? So what happened to the people on the plane?
Don't know, man. Don't know. I don't have the answers as to what happened, but I do have the answers as I don't have any answers. I'm just telling you, I don't. What they
Right.
said happened ain't the fucking truth, man. There's a lot of shit. Like why would check this out? You're big in physics.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you got
Try to be.
105 stories.
Yeah.
80 of them are good at the bottom, right? 80 fucking good, fucking solid, nothing wrong with them floors, correct? You got 10 floors that's fucked up from a plane wreck, burning, destroyed, crumble, melt. And then you got 10 good floors above it. So that 10 floors above it, even if it was just to destroy that fucked up 10 floors, doesn't have the mass or the kinetic energy required to come down and cause the rest of the fucking building to come down in free fall.
Well, that's where you got to read that article about what
Hold
the,
on.
the
That's only-
engineers who built the building say that would, it loses its structural integrity and the whole thing just comes
Well,
down.
and that's
No,
true.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not
That's
that
free
great.
fall
I'm not an
speed.
engineer.
Exactly. And you're taking the word of an engineer just trying to sell a design as well. I say it would work. Here's
Yeah.
my math.
And then also people,
I don't
you guys
know.
arguments on the other side, people say, well, it was built to withstand plane crashes.
And it was engineered one way. Who's to say that the construction methods that they should have used were followed as well to complete
Yeah, do you
that
know
design?
Larry that put the fucking bolt that held the major fucking majority of the shit
He was
together?
high on crack.
Yeah, I'm just saying. He fell off the scaffolding that
Larry,
day and
the
died.
guy who was putting the bolts on that floor, he was high on crack. So that could have
you
been the
don't
problem.
know. I'm just saying. Regardless,
How do you know
Armand,
that?
Think it's
Armand, I
God
don't.
damn it.
Yeah,
Armand.
okay.
You're missing the point.
How
the
do you
point
spell
is,
gullible?
The point is we don't know every single
Right,
detail about
okay.
how those buildings were built and or designed.
It seems like such a. I mean,
So think about that though. What I said: 10 floors crashing through 10 fucked up floors. Does that have enough mass and kinetic energy to
Apparently it
destroy
does. I think
80
it
floors
does.
right below it?
I think
Apparently
it
it
don't believe
does.
that. I don't believe that for a
Well,
second.
okay, what about
Not
Building
a goddamn
7?
second. What about the people that said that there was bombs in the basement? What about the pool of fucking liquid molten lava 3 weeks later, still measuring like 2,600 degrees?
okay, but what is the motive for all this? because they want
I
to
don't
cover up
know.
a few $1 trillion
Listen,
missing
man,
from the Pentagon.
So you don't have to explain to people what you think happened.
Halliburton.
You never tell
Period.
people what you think happened. You tell them what you think is wrong with the official story, and that gets people thinking to start an investigation. I don't fucking know what happened. All I know is what they said to me is bullshit.
Yeah, we don't know the end.
But
you know
all
what I
I'm
mean?
saying is, listen, you don't have to tell me that this government is crooked and would steal our money, and steal
100%.
it blind.
Did. Does.
But to cover it up, they don't have to. With the idiots we have living in this country, it's like,
What I'm
we
saying-
got it. We don't know where it is. But we got it. That'd be it. You don't have to blow up buildings to cover it up.
You're not wrong, because they took the feeling that they created, or whoever created, and the patriotic feeling that everybody had. 'Cause you remember after 9/11, everybody was so
Yeah,
fucking
right,
close
right.
together.
Well,
Everybody was so,
that's what you're
you know,
saying.
so patriotic. I mean, kids were fucking rushing off at 18 years old to join the fucking army and the Marines
True,
and to
but
go
to
out
fight
and
who?
to die Iraq. Fuck, weapons of mass destruction. They weren't even
That was a
fucking
year and a half
involved.
later.
You don't think that how long did that patriotic feeling stick
Well,
with you,
we're still
Armand?
fighting.
I'd never
We're still fighting
exactly
it.
for what, dude?
Yeah, but we had the
Bless
Cold War for 50
For what all this
and,
bullshit was started
hold
for
it,
what though?
hold
On
it.
fake fucking evidence that they manufactured that told us bullshit?
Yeah, but we
all
had
this
the-
whole entire war on terrorism and
Hold
all
it.
the fucking Patriot Act and all of that bullshit all got started from this one fucking thing. You know what I mean? All of that, the mass surveillance of our entire fucking country all started from the one fucking thing.
Are you nuts? The mass surveillance of our country started on 9/11? Are you crazy? The whole Cold
as
War
a
was-
law. As a law.
I don't
Armand, they
care.
can do what they want. They
Right,
wrote it
you're
down.
right. They
It's
don't
called the
need
fucking
laws.
Patriot
They don't
Act.
need laws.
Now they
the
don't.
whole Cold War.
Now
What do you
you
think the
can't.
CIA was doing?
Listen, but now in
Ostensibly
court,
because the Russians.
now in court, it's all legal though. It
Who
doesn't matter
cares?
now.
You think the government gives a shit if it's legal?
Yeah.
Now you're crazy.
Yeah.
The government doesn't care. It's just nice.
Right. The whole Cold War was fought on some. The Russians were never but even Stalin didn't want to take over the United States. For 50 years, we had
Armand,
a
you're
Cold War.
downplaying what exactly the Patriot Act and everything is. Everything that
They don't have
stemmed
to
from fucking
codify it.
9/11. All the money. You know what? You want to talk about
cares?
money, and you're mad at wasting fucking money. How about the money we've wasted on the fucking war on terror and
Eric,
going to Iraq
hold
and
it.
fighting all these fucking people that didn't do anything to us, had nothing to do with fucking 9/11. What about all that money?
They stopped our gas flow.
Or is that money? That money's no good. Then. Now, that
Slow
doesn't
down.
matter. I
Slow
guess.
down.
Right?
We're talking about history now. This is kind of my area.
Okay, let's hear it.
It didn't start with 9/11. I don't
J.
disagree
Edgar
with
Hoover
all
mean
this.
anything to you? J. Edgar Hoover's that name?
The whole
anything to you?
Cold War was. How many
What I'm
times did the
saying in the
CIA
Patriot Act,
invade
they
countries?
can spy on us now.
How about Korea?
without-
We went to Korea for what? Do we need to go to Korea? Of course not.
boom,
Vietnam.
Max.
I wasn't alive
What
in
was
Korea.
Vietnam? How about
I was
Vietnam?
alive and I witnessed this shit happen at 18 years old.
Well, I think you're being naive to think it all started. Now
no,
we've
I
got
didn't
a
say
law.
it.
They don't
You're
need any
taking
law.
one small tidbit of
thinking
everything
that-
I said, and you're focusing
No,
on
I'm
it.
agreeing with you, but I just don't agree.
that,
Well,
you know,
that's what
that-
I'm saying. You're ranting about something that I agree with, but it didn't start with that. And I'm thinking, what? They don't
No,
have to
that's the mass surveillance.
Well,
All
you
what I
just
meant
hear
by
me-
that is
hear
that
me
it's in the
out.
Patriot Act that they can do that
Hear
now.
me out, okay?
Hear him out.
Just I listen to you, and here's the problem I have with your thesis. The government's been doing this for a century, okay?
Sure,
World War I,
sure.
World War II.
Sure.
These were all. They didn't have to.
I'm not
They didn't
disagreeing
have
with
to
you
take
there.
down any buildings to get us to fight like
Right, but
idiots
people didn't
and
have
kill
cameras in their
ourselves.
fucking pockets everywhere either every day, recording this shit. You know what I mean? That's why they can't. They'll never be able to do another 9/11
Well,
like
that's
that again.
technology, but the government is still. I'm sure it could bug you and all that stuff. They had bugs everywhere.
They did, but they couldn't do it like blanket bug
Well, now
everybody
they
like
do
they.
it, yes, I agree. They do it more efficiently now, and they have the law behind them. But I don't think they ever needed the law. That's what I'm saying. You don't
dare
think in
ye.
19? Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Greta. In 1962,
You're
you don't
welcome.
think if they wanted to get Eric Hicks and call him a traitor, they don't need the Patriot Act to just make you disappear.
What do you
You'd
mean
be
in
gone.
1962? If I was a
Whatever.
traitor? No, but then
if you were
they'd
alive.
required to have due process, right? As a citizen,
No,
I would
hell
be
no.
required due process.
No, they weren't.
I
was,
would.
Was there due process in the Civil War or World War I? If you were caught speaking German, you went to jail. That's due
9.
process. Yeah, 9. Yeah.
9.
Yeah. All right.
I figured your number one would have been pegging.
Docking.
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 That's two-parter. It's like, you know,
That wasn't
two
even
sides
your-
of the same
I'm
dong.
surprised that wasn't even your top 5, was it?
It's my honorable mention. What's
we
your
have
honorable mention,
mention? I guess the moon
Man,
landing,
Ted
I
has
guess.
a good. Fuck. Ted from Chicago brings up another good point. He
Okay.
says, "What happens if it was fucked up and fake, and that news actually comes out? Like, are we better off not fucking knowing about it?
Probably,
You know what I mean? Because what would we do with that information? Well, I'd riot.
I don't know.
I'd be the first one there.
It's been 20 years at this point.
What
There's
would
not much we
happen?
could do.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know. I
old.
don't
You're
know.
right. You're right.
With the general apathy in this country, I don't think anybody. Okay, well.
Oh,
they
big
put-
fucking
they put-
surprise.
So that's what I'm saying. You're right. So they've designed it that way. Do you think that's all by fucking design as well? Just the docile fucking population that doesn't give a fuck if you
all I'm
just
saying,
fucking
Eric,
fuck them right in the ass right in front of everybody on national television?
All I'm saying is they don't have to hide lost money in the Defense Department or to even turn us into just overly zealous patriots. I mean, this has been going on forever. They don't have to bring down 2 buildings and 4 planes.
But they did.
I don't know if they need to do that. I don't think your motive is.
But they did, though.
I don't think so.
And listen, the motive, there
They
was
didn't
all
have
kinds
to.
of gold in World Trade Center 6, I believe it was. That whole vault empty.
How about World Trade Center 7? Let's get down to the fucking weirdest one of them all.
Okay.
That is an office building, not hit by a plane, not hit directly by anything coming off the towers. Yet it somehow collapses completely down to the ground. There is video you can witness of a controlled demolition, windows blowing out. Boom, 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 boom. And then that building comes down. It looks like that building was brought down.
Larry Silverstein says on the Channel 9 PBS documentary that firefighters asked me to pull it. We pulled it. Pull it's a demo term. If you didn't know, like pull the building, pull it.
Okay.
So that's Larry Silverstein.
Here again, though, I want you to tell me clearly why they.
It won't be clearly.
If the government did this, what was the?
Yeah,
what was,
who stands to gain? We don't
right.
know.
What is
I don't
the
know.
motive?
That's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. I don't have any
that's-
idea.
that's a big deal.
We won't
Conspiracy.
be able to get there until we can until we can do an investigation. on
Armand,
it.
if we had the complete picture, don't you think we could bring this shit down?
Yeah, like if I knew all
we're
that, Armand, do you
assholes.
think I'd be on Surreal Talk or do you think I'd be on NBC and Dateline?
He'd be
No,
on
but
Alex
at
Jones.
least make a little sense
Oh,
to me.
I'd probably be dead.
Like the same thing I said. The same thing I said to Nick Drago every time he goes, the first moon landing did not occur. They would go to all that trouble.
Just to make the
right,
Russians look like idiots? I think they would.
Yeah.
Well, okay, there's your motive.
Yeah.
All right, but because they can't say it failed because that would make us look bad.
Yeah.
Is that, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I
so
mean-
what's the motive of this? To get us to be paid, to get us to give up our freedom?
God fucking knows, man. It's probably money. It's always money.
Yeah, it's money and power.
Okay.
Money and power.
And you don't believe that global warming is for money and power?
No, there's a
said
big
that?
sect of it. We
I
were just
said
talking
that.
about
That's
that.
what I
You said I don't believe that?
Well, I don't know.
No,
That's-
we
it sounds like you guys are
I
skeptical.
don't believe I've
that-
ever given an opinion on global warming,
Well,
honestly.
that's my motive for that.
we had both just agreed a bit ago that we were sick of the whole global warming for profit. So we completely think that that's
But
part
it's not
of
only
it.
that; it's also power.
That's not the complete trip of global
What do you think
warming.
the UN? Why do you think the UN backs it so much politically?
I'm sure it has
They-
something to do with that.
Sure, so they can redistribute
But
wealth
don't
and
you-
take more power.
Don't you think there's a group of people out there who are actually white knighting?
I think there's a
global
group
warming
of people out
are
there that
actually
really
trying?
think that are not profiting from it, that have been hoodwinked into thinking it's good science and it's actually happening. Absolutely.
Maybe it
And I
is
think
good
they're
science.
deluded.
Maybe the only thing you're pissed off about is people piggybacking onto an actual issue and making money off of it.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the regular guy on the street who's just like, this quote expert that comes in here and listen. I don't get any money for any grants from any experiments. I think it's real. Okay, I can respect that. But I think the vast majority are these UN politicians and a lot of these scientists. The scientists that have. The odd thing is the
But you
scientists
don't
that are,
respect that, though, when someone comes
No,
to you and
when they're
tells you
making
it's
money.
a normal Joe off the street can come to you and tell you global warming's real. I've seen it happen in the office here, and you don't
Yeah, because they don't know anything
respect
about science. Normal Joes don't know
Okay.
shit. That's
so,
the problem.
well then, but you don't respect it then.
No, but I'm talking about a guy with a physics major. He's an engineer or something.
And
So
if he
listen-
comes to you and
yeah,
says
he
that,
said,
then
"Listen,
you
this-
respect
right,
it.
here are my theorems, and here's the physics of it, and I show it to somebody else, and they're like, wow, that actually makes sense. Okay, I'll think it over. But from what
But so this is different than
But
what
he's
you
not-
said
he's
before,
not
though,
profiting.
because now you're saying you're willing to change your mind if new evidence presents itself.
I've never seen it though. I'm looking. I look all the time.
Right, but before you've said it wouldn't matter if that evidence hit you in the fucking face.
That's
you
true.
weren't
It's still a
changing
waste
your
of
mind.
money. It's still a waste of money. It's not going to change my mind about that.
There's
I said,
still-
How is it a
okay,
waste of money if we can reverse the effects and make it to where it doesn't?
There's a big
If.
difference.
What amount of money would you allow?
Therein lies the rub.
There you go.
There's the rub. Because,
What is it?
Because I just proved it's global warming. Okay, good. Stop spending money on it.
How
It's
much
not
money
like-
would you allow?
None, because you're not solving the problem.
How
unless
much would
you
you?
say?
What
Unless
if they went to people actually trying to solve the problem?
Okay, that's different. If
And
say-
you get to decide who these people are and
No,
how they're
look,
working on it.
Here, theoretically, look. If you say, "Look, I'm Bernie Sanders and I'm running for president,"
Uh huh.
I'm not
the
voting.
minute,
I'll
the
vote
minute I
for
get
you.
wait a minute. The minute I get in the White House, I'm going to eliminate the coal industry and replace it with nuclear power. It's going to cost $10 trillion, but I want nuclear power.
Well, I don't know why
I'm
you do
against it
that.
because I don't think it's feasible.
10 trillion's
but
crazy.
at least the guy's trying to solve the problem.
Fair.
All I hear is, I want to get rid of coal. I want to get rid of fracking. What's left, dumb shit? You communist cocksucker. There's nothing left. You can't.
Nuclear.
But he doesn't want nuclear. He doesn't want nuclear either.
Solar.
Well, that's just crap.
Solar, right? We got to cover
Hydro-
the
hydro.
whole Western United States.
Hydro.
Ooh, hydro.
Yeah, good
Hydro.
luck.
Hydro, or
Thermonuclear.
geothermal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though. I mean, right.
Solar panels.
But at least
Mouse on a wheel.
some of these guys are saying, listen, we want to put nanobots in the atmosphere to eat up the CO2.
Yeah.
We want to put scrubbers.
No, that's going to give you the gray goo problem. That's another one of my favorites.
Whatever, fine.
You familiar with that?
I don't want to hear it.
No, the
I
gray
do.
goo problem. Like if we ever,
But I would entertain that solution.
that's a doomsday or doomsday scenario, the gray goo scenario.
Yeah.
So we created any type of nanite to go about, eat pollution or whatever, and they are self-replicating to basically take care of this problem. Well, they go out of, they fuck up. And eventually to the point where they're just a giant gray blob eating the entire
never
world.
mind the gray goo. All right, we blow up a couple of 50 megaton hydrogen bombs in the Sahara and blow up sand and block the sun.
I don't think that would work.
Geoengineering.
I don't think that would work.
Well, at least they're coming up with
50 megaton ain't shit
even
in that scale.
the only thing, Everett, even if they said, I want $20 million to paint all the rooftops white. Okay,
That's
at
still
least
nothing.
But at least you're doing something. You don't get the point.
No,
okay?
see, now you're talking about that's not even a match compared to fire. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah, but don't
painting
you,
the roofs white.
don't you, but you don't get the point. At
I get
least
the
somebody's
point.
trying to solve
It
the
would be
fucking
black.
problem. I'm sick of. We need more research.
Wouldn't it be
That's
black?
what we always hear. More
If you're
research.
telling me that you would
more
rather
money.
people painted ceilings or roofs white over what they're doing now, then I'm.
No, I guess it
checking
would
out.
be white. Snow reflects really
Right,
good
it's
to make your
albedo,
eyes.
you-
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Well, that's the whole point. Instead of black pavement, white pavement
Yeah.
reflects the light. Okay, at least you're doing something. I'll pay for the damn paint. How much can it be? It's not that much.
You know what it would suck to fucking be in a town that had white streets though, and on a sunny day? You'd have to have sunglasses. Period. You could not.
That's a conspiracy. Oakley's going to try to make everybody go for
Oakley.
white roads.
They're in on that. Yeah.
The point being that
Ray-Ban.
if you're
Bring back the white dog
discussing if you're discussing solutions, I'm willing to listen. But just getting more money for more research, and that's
Man,
what
I
they
think
do.
everybody would agree with you that it's smart to have a little oversight on how you're spending our money.
Yes.
But you might be a little too hardcore on it, though, Armand. But in the same time, I do agree with you that fucking climate change for profit.
If I were the emperor of the world, you know what I do?
Oh,
And tell me
God.
if you agree
Oh,
with this.
no.
I'm going to take every cent we spend on
Uh-huh.
global warming and spend it on cancer research.
There's a
Hey,
holiday
what's a
document
better
today.
way of
Hey,
doing
I'm
it?
with it. I'm with it.
Okay, great.
What's his?
I'm
At least
with
we
that.
agree on that.
Sorry, I was making a dumb joke at the time. What are we?
He's
what
gonna
are we-
take
I'd
everything from
every
global
cent we
warming
spend
and
on
spend it
global
on
warming
cancer.
and spend on cancer research.
I'll go with that
for how long?
Forever till we cure it.
until the world fucking
what if
gets
we
too
cure
hot to
cancer?
live
Yeah,
in.
right. Till we're dead from global warming,
We
or
cure
we cure
cancer
cancer.
In
One
2
or the
years.
other.
What if we clear cancer in 2 years and when we do
Okay,
that
then
same
I do it
money?
on anti-aging.
No,
I'd
then we
still spend
no,
it on
then we
hard
take it
science.
back to the. No, it's got to go. Half of it's got to go back.
No, to something else. Clean water and
All
whatever.
right. Guys,
AIDS.
let's stick a pin in this in the first show for today. Come back for the wrap up show in a bit. If you've got some time between now and then,
I
leave
really
us a
enjoyed
voicemail.
this show.
I did too. It was a good show today. What did you think, Armand? It sucked.
I kind of like it better when you get mad about Blagojevich, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
maybe
bad.
next time, maybe next time.
I'll try to chivvy you into.
Thanks, buddy.
You know how to push my buttons.
He said I could shoehorn you into a conversation
But
where
I
you'll
don't-
get a
I
little
wanna see you get
fucking
pissed.
do
frustrated.
I ever actually try to push your buttons though? I don't think I've ever
think
tried
he
to push.
does, though.
Yeah, it's not my way.
How do I try?
I'd rather have a genuine discussion rather than just trying to prod you into having a reaction.
I try not to do a lot of discussions with Armand because I get
You try to
excited
prod
like
into
he does.
reactions,
I
yeah.
get excited like you do, and
Only
two
about
excited
one thing.
people. But
Only
two
about-
excited
No,
people.
I don't get that excited though.
Right,
About
well-
other things. I don't give a shit about it.
Can
as
you
much.
imagine if global warming and 9/11 were fucking wrapped up in together in the same conspiracy? Me and you. Oh
Holy
fuck, bud,
shit.
that'd be
We'd
bad.
both
wouldn't
be
it?
dead.
Yeah.
It'd
We
be-
better shut up
It'd
now.
be Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle,
We
man.
better shut up now.
All right,
But
guys.
if you bring in Blagojevich, we'd all be done.
He's the fucking ringleader.
You know, I think he's got like the same hair as Trump. Have you noticed that? Except it's white. It's gone completely crazy, just like Trump's.
He went flare white. He used to
But
have
he's
black
always
hair. He used to
been
have
that
dark
hair.
black. Like
Did you see the
Alden
Anderson?
hair.
No,
Did you
no,
see the
it's
Anderson
white
Cooper
now.
interview?
Take
Take 10 minutes out of your life
Not
and
doing it.
watch the most hilarious fucking thing you'll ever see in your life. Anderson Cooper just destroys him.
destroys
Well,
him.
that's what,
As at one point he claims to be a political prisoner, and Anderson Cooper's just like
yeah, I think he compared himself to Nelson
his
Mandela.
fucking head
right?
nearly spins 360 degrees on his shoulders. It's just great, and then he just lets him have it. It's so good.
He's like, have you listened to your own fucking tapes?
Pretty much.
Well, I got to agree with Everett and Ocho Man. Yesterday we were discussing. I said, listen, you got off. Just go home and you know, why would you subject yourself? Now he's on TV claiming to be
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela. And so, just go home and shut up and enjoy yourself.
You got fucking lucky. Your corruption
right.
thing finally worked
Just
out in your
get
favor.
out, but he
just
can't.
get out of here.
He can't. He's the.
done Trump a good solid whenever he was.
Somebody did, dude.
You know, something. Hey, Trump Tower was in Chicago. Was that? I wonder if that was built whenever Blago was fucking governor.
It's hard to say. There was some bullshit.
Uh-oh.
Anyway,
Another
all right.
conspiracy.
We'll catch you guys here
You
in
heard
about
it here,
15, 20
folks.
minutes.
That's honorable mention.
Blago gave him a free tower.
Again, info@surrealtalkpodcast.com. Send us an email. Leave us a voicemail. You know, the usual locations. Check it out.
Yeah,
Facebook,
fucking
Twitter,
tweeters.
all that. Catch you guys here in a few. Thanks so much for listening today, and we'll be back in a few. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not recording anyway.
Yeah, but you gotta stop stream.
All right, guys. We'll catch you in a few.
Later.